Niggas though, I really got started. Everybody that's in the chat right now, go ahead and hit one if you can hear me. If the audio is cool. Cool. All right. Know it's been a minute since I did one of these to give folks a little time to come in here. Anyways, what's good? Support Branford, Golston. D-Wiz was born on the bullshit. He was trying to get at Davina, knowing damn well Kanan liked her. That pack was necessary to smoke on a Sunday morning after seeing D-Wiz mama in church. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can fully agree with that, bro. Cause think about it. Who's to say D-Wiz didn't like, you know what I'm saying, didn't like Davina just as long as he did? How I see it is, if you and your homie both like the same girl, especially if like it been a little different, kind of a little different. Let's say, because they told us how long Kanan been liking her. They say he been liking her since the first grade. So that's a long ass time, obviously. But who's to say, you know, D-Wiz didn't like her around the same time? So we don't really know that. And then, you know, as long as that ain't your homie's girl, it's still, to be honest with you, it's still fair game. Because it's been times where before that, you know, I may have been feeling somebody, but she felt the homie. I didn't get mad at the homie because of that. You know, shit. She wanted to fuck with him. She wanted to fuck with him. It is what it is. I never let, you know, no girl get into between me and what me and my homie. Like, if we cool like that, only way I'm gonna get mad at you or something like that is if we was already together and you trying to, you know, do some shady stuff. Like, if you know I liked her like that, and then you just come try to do some stuff with her and stuff like that, knowing that, and I've been liking her for a little minute. And you knew this, like you knew, but I had deep feelings for her, and you just came behind to smash her. I mean, maybe, but we don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't really know what was the situation between them, so I ain't gonna just say that. What's up, Demarcus? Hey, happy belated, man. Big shout out to you, Demarcus. I forgot exactly what date was it. Hold on, Snoop Dogg, Kamala Harris, and Jennifer Freeman. Hmm. October the 20th. Got it. That same day I made it out here to LA. Uh, I did see the clip that No Label the label put out. I got some reaction videos that I'm gonna put out for tomorrow about that one and what the cast put on the Force channel on Instagram. So I'm definitely gonna dive into that. Yeah, I know who Jennifer Freeman is. Getting it how I live had an interesting theory on Kane. I saw that video. I didn't watch it, but I saw that he put one out talking about it. I guess I'll go back and review it, look at it. But yeah, I hadn't. I've been pretty tied up as of late. Still am, to be honest with you. But I decided, it's been quite a minute since I did a live, so I wanted to go ahead and put out one. I ain't gonna be on here a super long time, but shit. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and do one of them. Anyways, we've been in here for a little minute. Obviously, the crowd's pretty low right now. I expected that though because it's been a while since I did one. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and go through the topics and then dive in. As you can see, the first one: who is to blame for D-Wiz death? Obviously, our girl Raquel believes that it was Kanan. But hey, other people might have a different opinion on the matter. And to be honest, for me, that's one of my favorite scenes actually of Rock. Rock got a lot of scenes that I like, but that's actually one of them too. I probably pulled that up. I meant to capture it, but I was doing so much shit I didn't have time to hurry up and grab the clip. But I might just pull it up. Anyways, so next we're gonna dive into Reasonable Doubt season 3, episode 6. I think episode 6 was pretty damn good. I know episode. All right, my bad, y'all. But accident lost connection for a second. That's what happened. Okay, so let me see what was the last comment I missed. What's up, Talia? It's a new motorcycle crew. Damn, hold up, shit. It's a new motorcycle crew, and it's now Kane. Wait, hold up. So are you saying that the motorcycle people is Kane's crew? That's very interesting. I gotta look at that. I definitely gotta look at that video now. That got me intrigued. But anyways, which show will you watch first? Reasonable Doubt or Family Business? Are you saying like if I was given the option between the two, like say you can watch either one, which show would you watch? That's what you're asking? This internet connection is being crazy right now. But this nigga Michael is. I was thinking he would go come in there, but I see now that nigga said, "No, it ain't no days out." Okay, it's good. Hopefully, nobody in here has seen the new episode of Reasonable Doubt. What's up, Hezzy? What's up, Ronald? Anyways, though, my bad about that. Um, the next we got who cheated first. We're gonna ultimately put this one to bed. We know this one right here has been going on. I actually seen some people talking about it again on a Facebook post. So I said, let me go ahead and add this as a topic so we can dive in on it. Because I think we all know the answer, but folks be capping. And lastly, we got the greatest liar of the Power Universe. Now I think it's a couple of people that can be crowned this. But right now, currently speaking, I think your girl Raquel Thomas might just hold that crowd because she be capping. She be lying up motherfucking ass out. But anyways, that's our 4 topics. I'm gonna head back to the top. Check these last little comments. Damn, Ronald, you saw it? Well, you're gonna have to just not say nothing in related to episode 7. That's it. Hello, Michael said, Demar, you said yes because Reasonable Doubt is on now in Family Business era at 3 a.m. Hold up. So DeMarcus, Family Business, it got 2 different ones, Aaron, or is New Orleans the only one airing right now? I haven't seen any of um, Family Business New Orleans. Okay, so Family Business is in season 6. I didn't know if New Orleans started or not yet. Oh, so you haven't seen episode 7. Great. Wonderful. Nobody has seen it. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this first one. Who is the blame for the death of your boy D-Wiz? Now, some of y'all might even say, D-Wiz himself, but honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and exempt anyone that's trying to say D-Wiz himself. Let's not. So we're not gonna go with that one. But anybody else, we can go with Kanan, Rock, Lou, shit, Buck 20. So you blaming all 3. Matter of fact, like I said, yeah, I think I am gonna share this because that was one of my. I'm trying to remember what episode that was. What episode was it? Obviously, it's season 1. Let me see. Only thing I didn't like about that scene is when she slapped him and he hit the floor. I felt like that was a little unrealistic. because like shouldn't no woman be able to slap you that hard that you as a 15-year-old kid, as a 15-year-old that you fall and hit the floor like that. Like that's a strong ass slap. But the scene was good. Like, you know, the dialogue, of course, Patina Miller's acting. I think it's 8. Let me see. Yeah, it's 8. My bad, I had to go grab that episode to pull up. I wasn't looking at it, but yeah, appreciate you telling me the episode. Let me see what y'all say in these comments before I pull it up. That's easy, Kanan. That's easy. Kanan set sequence of events in order. She should have slapped him more often. Kanan should have stayed out of Rock business as well. Kanan for getting him and D-Wiz into the D-Wiz mess in the first place. Lou for pulling the trigger. Rock for setting up the play. Slow ass snitching. What's good? All right. People say that Kanan was jealous of Buck 20. Hey, I actually believe he was, to be honest with you. Yeah, I believe he was most definitely jealous of Buck 20. You could tell the way he was talking and shit that he was. All right, like I said, this is actually one of my favorite things because you know, of course, something major was kind of revealed. It was dark. It was great acting.
I'm not a different person, Ma. I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be. Matter of fact, you gonna get mad at somebody, you gonna blame them? Don't blame Uncle Marvin. And don't blame me neither, blame yourself. Cause I'm exactly what you made me.
You wanna talk about blame, boy?
Well, your boy Kanan said it's Rock's fault. He just said it. He just said it. Don't blame Uncle Marvin either. Blame yourself.
You wanna talk about blame? All you've done so far is give me mess after mess to clean up. This shit, $120, D-Wiz, bodies everywhere, all cause of your shit.
D-Wiz.
D-Wiz.
You don't know shit, Kanan. You just don't. Yeah, I killed him. I took out D-Wiz to save you. Look at me. Look at me.
I don't know if they're gonna hit my ass. They shouldn't hit me with this screen right here, but I'm gonna make sure they don't.
They were coming. Neek, $120's people. They wanted payback, and they wasn't gonna settle until somebody fell for what y'all boys did. And I wasn't gonna let them kill you, so it had to be your friend. Somebody had to go. I did what I had to do to protect you. So you tell me, Kanan, who's to blame for D-Wiz? Me or you?
Like I said, one of my favorite things, and then another thing I think that's important here. Rock, you know what I'm saying? I guess she knew her child enough to know it wouldn't go that bad. But if Kanan was more like Tariq more so, this could have gone very bad for Rock kind of early. You know what I'm saying? Because what if Kanan would have got like stupid pissed that she killed his friend like that and wanted revenge on her, and he decided right then and there he wanted to take her out. Like that was kind of dangerous telling him like that, but I guess she was like, he ain't gonna do nothing. He's still a kid. I can't blame her out. Let me see. Kanan was jealous of Ghost too. He always hating. I don't know if I can say Kanan was jealous of Ghost. I'm gonna need you to build a case on that one. The reason why I say that, I think he just more so was mad at Ghost for what he did to him. Because if you pay attention, Kanan honored, like he cared about loyalty a lot. And obviously with him sending him to jail, he felt like he wasn't loyal to him. Like if you pay attention, when Kanan did some of his most darkest stuff, mostly, it was because he felt someone was disloyal to him. Shine, Ghost, Dre, who else? Juke, kind of to a degree, Jukebox. So that's pretty much what I think that was. I don't think he necessarily was hating on Ghost. He just was angry as hell at that. Okay, hold on. What's going on with Branford and support that? What the fuck is going on? Jealousy played a little part of it, to be honest. He wanted Davina and found out Buck was a D boy. Then Buck being the one to fire the shots to get their attention, and him being on what he thought was rock shit. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it was kind of like, I don't know why I thought about this, but in the Bible during the time of David when he sent his friend out to die, to the front of the lines to die so that he could get the woman to get his wife. Kind of some shit like that. But only difference is Kanan and Buck 20 weren't friends. But yeah, absolutely he, wanted Buck 20 gone because that means Davina would be single, obviously. So I think that did play a part. And then of course, him being on his mom's block just made it that much easier for him to want him gone. It's a new motorcycle crew in force, and it's not Kane. Okay. I mean, I know I've seen some people talking about the motorcycle crew. Like the past couple of days, I haven't been really paying attention to stuff because I was heading back here, So I kind of missed out on a couple of things. On some Bobby Womack. So yeah, but anyways, back to the topic. My bad about that little stumble. But back to the topic. Obviously, I think let's see. Honestly, I'm gonna put D-Wiz himself back on it. I'm gonna put him on the table. You can't use him as an answer because a lot of that shit, like you can say it was Kanan's fault for doing what he did. Because he kind of ultimately did call the shots, but let's be real. D-Wiz himself offered to, get the guns from, his crib that his brother left behind to go get them. So you can kind of say both. Because if he didn't never even, put that on the table, Kanan never would have came up with that. He may would have tried to go on the block and fight him for it, maybe. But really, D-Wiz did that to himself, kind of. And then, somebody had to go, like she said, so she had to pick him, obviously. Yes, sir. I'm back in LA. Rock is the queen of rationalization, but she was justified in everything she did. Mm. Justified in everything she did? Let me think about that. Let me think about it. I don't know about that. That's a little scratch. I gotta make sure. Let me see. Everything was justified. Hmm. Well, I guess I can kind of, as of now, I guess I can kind of agree with that. It's just that some of her decisions, I think, weren't all the way thought out some of the times, but at the same time, she was just very ambitious. And I think all of the people that work in that, in that life made mistakes like that. So, because like the expansion thing that she was trying to do in in New Jersey, Lou warned her, that they shouldn't be messing with them like that, and she didn't listen. Rock makes more sense than Ghost and Monet. I don't know about that. Go Monet, absolutely. That's why I told folks she was the most dangerous and she was the coldest woman of all of Power Universe. But Ghost, that's a stretch. But I think she's close to him though. I'm not gonna say like, it's just a huge difference between them. Dropping the link just in case. Rock's decisions were trash and you just lying now. But anyways, but some like she made bad decisions just like everybody else did. It just and then like I said, the difference between her and Monet, you can't really say Rock just went with her emotions and did something crazy that really wasn't for the benefit of everyone else. She always did what needed to be done to benefit everyone for the most part. Now, was she controlling the shit? Sure. Did she do have some fucked up ways? Absolutely. But like her moves pretty much was what she saw was best fit for everyone. Rock was all about scaling the business so they could eat. Her brothers were weak. Her brothers were weak. I don't know about that. God damn, you making some scroll claims like that. Yo, brother, Mr. Lyons, glad you're back. I'm at work right now, but I'll be in the live the whole time listening. I'll comment when I can. All right, salute and respect to you, Ghost. Appreciate that. Money. Oh, you said you meant Monet was trash, in my opinion, an emotional creature. Absolutely, she was over emotional. There's no doubt about that. You know, she did a lot of stuff that wasn't for the benefit of everyone. It was just for her own benefit because of how she felt at the time. Like Rock even, forgave people that did her dirty if it was for the benefit of them. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, with Royale, she she even gave Royale, a job um over Scrap because it was for the business. Of course, Royale was mad as hell about that, but you know, he, she did it because it was for the best for the business.
So you don't think her brothers were weak?
No, okay. I would need you. I would need you to explain what you mean more so about them being weak.
They
Weak.
they they wouldn't have got anywhere without her.
Well, I can agree with that. Well, no. I'm not gonna say that. I think if need be, if his head was in the game, Lou can run the organization by himself.
But his head wasn't in the game, and he was drunk and
That's in season
emotional.
3 though. But I think season one, Lou, before he had to take out D-Wiz, absolutely.
So
That
if
fucked him
one
up.
if one if you a hit man and one hit gonna send you off the deep end, that's weak.
Yeah, but the hit was a child. I think that's what fucked him up like that.
And he even told Kanan he could have no, Kanan told him you could have said no. He was too weak to
Absolutely.
say
I
no.
don't disagree with that. Yeah, he could have said no, but it still doesn't change the fact that it was a kid. Like Rock didn't have to put down a kid. She could
But
have
he
if
was
she
but he
done
was
so
old
bad.
enough. That's just like these kids that's old enough to do adult crimes.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm
So
just
D
saying,
Wiz out there getting guns and shooting at somebody. I mean, but okay, but he was a kid. See, that would be a rationalization too. But then killing him was also justified
I'm not saying that
to
it
save her
wasn't
son.
justified.
That
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that killing a kid, like, kind of look like you seen Snowfall.
some of it.
Okay, did you make it as far as when Leon took out a child?
Uh-uh.
Okay. Well, anyway, spoiler alert for the ones that don't know. He ended up accidentally taking out a child and it fucked him up real bad. And Leon kind of was a stone cold killer. So
Accidentally took out a child.
yeah, because so basically what happened in this situation was the um the father of this child took shots at him. And Leon ended up seeing some of his homeboys in a car. And he started shooting at them, not knowing that the baby mother and the child was in the back seat. And when he got done shooting up the car, he ended up hitting the child. And once he saw that, it like totally changed him.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying like, I think even for like if you're a killer and like you end up taking out somebody innocent that's underage, especially somebody who's just not in the game at all. Even though D-Wiz, you can kind of make an argument that he was in the game, sort of, since he did shoot somebody. But still, I just think killing somebody young like that kind of fucks with you.
But
Now, if
but
it would have
back
been
but back
anybody
to
else,
the comment about the brothers being weak. even Lou admitted that Rock had to carry everything.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she didn't, but what I'm saying is, okay. Here's more proof that Lou absolutely could have carried the organization by himself if needed be. Remember in season 1, matter of fact, yeah, season 1, when Rockin' Symphony was having a moment. The same matter of fact, the same time moment where she asked him, do he want kids, and she was talking about what if she was the mother, things like that. She said her plan eventually was to get out the game and hand the organization to Lou. So obviously, in her mind, she felt like Lou was capable of holding down the business on his own.
But we know what happened, and he couldn't
Yeah, and
hold
I
it
think
down.
this season, think
He
about it, look
couldn't,
at it.
he couldn't keep his stuff together. So she had raised Lulu.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I used to think she might have actually been his mama, but we're gonna go there. But
I
she
think
actually,
I think
she,
that's still crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I
That
just,
shit didn't happen.
many times that she called him son, even
Nah.
when she said, even
What's
in the
good,
scene where
Kilo?
I own you, she called him son. But
Kilo.
anyway, okay.
I feel that. I feel that, but bro, she's not old enough. That's my biggest thing. There's no way. She's
So
34.
she couldn't have had. Well, it's hard to age Lulu. We know he was in his 20s.
Yeah. So she's 34. We know that in season 1 she was 34. Like, this is not me guessing. I know the precise age of her. So 34,
Rock was born in 59.
58.
Okay.
What?
She was 16 when she had Kanan. So she could have been 58.
No, she was 16
58
when she got
or 50.
pregnant.
She could have
She was
been
16
born in
when she
59.
got pregnant. She had him at 17.
I thought they said she was 16.
She was 16 when she got pregnant.
Okay. Which would have been in what? Of 74. Kanan was born in
74,
75.
right. And he was born in 75.
DEFCON was already incarcerated. So I think he got incarcerated, in October of 75?
I don't know the month or
Yeah,
nothing.
October 9th, 1975 is when 74 is when he got incarcerated.
Yeah.
And he wasn't but 20 years old.
Yeah, he was young. But yeah, what let me knew her precise age. How I did the math was, like you said, she was pregnant 16. She got
I could
pregnant.
say I could see the math on that. I'll give you that. It's she could have been 58,
Yeah, and then
which would make her 34 in 92. Okay.
let me see. What I was getting ready. I was just about to go in a certain direction with it. Yeah. So, and with Kanan in 92 turning 17.
Yeah.
Um, with them having basically a 17-year differences, I think it's safe to say Lou is, you know what I'm saying, at least 10 years older than Kanan. I think that's safe to say. At least 10 years. I believe it's probably more than that, but at least 10. So that would put Lou.
We'll get it when we see Lou's obituary. We'll see who his birthday.
They don't always show that.
Be looking for the obituary to be on camera when these folks start dying. We'll see.
Yeah. They might give us some of this. What's
But
up, Ali?
I'll give
Valentine?
Rock was born in 58 because if Kanan's birthday was in August, she would have got pregnant in December of 74, November, December 74.
Yeah, something like that.
And that's how what's his face knew that was his son. But he said that she was 16 and was lying to him about her age.
Yeah, she
So
told me it was
I could
16.
see that they was screwing around when she was 16.
Why you say Leon was not one of your favorite characters, DeMarcus? Leon had a heart. He had family members. He had to take care of too. So it debated him. Franklin was way more entitled than Leon. You seen the clip of Maria? I still have yet to see the clip that y'all talking about. I believe because DeMarcus first mentioned that about Maria. Look like they said she running somebody over or something. I mean, I did see somebody getting hit by a car, and I assumed that was Maria because we later seen her screaming, looking like she's crying or something like that in the car. I need to go back and look at it closely to decipher it and make a prediction, but no, I haven't really did any thorough research on it. DeMarcus said Rock is 4 years older than Lou. Where do you get that from? Me personally, I think it's anywhere between 6 to 4 years myself. That's what I think it is.
Well, remember she held the baby Lulu in
Yeah.
her arms.
Yeah, that's why I said she has to be at least anywhere between that. The youngest, I mean the oldest, I mean the youngest. I said it right the first time. The youngest she can be is 4. I would say the fact that she was old enough to hold him as a baby. So that's why I say I think it's anywhere between 4 to 6 years. Um, Another thing that kind of would let us know closer if they was to give it to us is to find out when they died too, because he died when Lou was pretty young. But
See,
anyway,
I'm the youngest of 3 children, and my sisters were 8 and 11 when I was born.
yeah, I'm the youngest of 3 as well. But we all
And
pretty close, the same. Like we all of us are a year and a half apart.
but I think Lou is young. I see the marker says Lulu is older than Unique, but I don't know why where that's
Yeah,
coming.
we don't know that for sure. I mean, I kind of assume that they're close to the same age. That's what I would think. I think they're closer to when I was doing my video, basically breaking down all of the major characters' age. Um, I didn't have a precise age on Lou, obviously, because they never gave it to us. But I would assume, he's close to Lou's age.
And these people, I still I say it all the time. These characters are younger than the actors playing them.
Of course, that's how it typically is all the time.
And so it's really we can't look at the actors and say how old the character is.
Yeah,
You just
we're not judging off that.
so we can deduce Rock's birth year with confidence, but we really don't know Lulu's age. But
Yeah,
they were some young people doing some stuff. Like I said, DEFCON got incarcerated when he was 20, and he was running the streets.
yeah. DefCon was what, like 4 years older than Rock? Yeah, 4 years.
He was born in 44,
54.
54. Yeah,
Yeah, 4 years older than Rock.
March
And
17th.
when I was, like I said, when I was doing the age of the characters, like I said, wasn't precise, but I was kind of guessing that Marvin is probably close to the same age as DefCon. I'm guessing him. I'm guessing Marvin, DefCon, and somewhat maybe Ronnie was close to the same age. That's what
And
I'm thinking.
high post.
And High Post, right? All of them. So this is another thing, since we on this, that I'm kind of curious of. So we know once upon a time, Marvin was, over the organization, right? So my question is when, like, what exactly the time period was Marvin before High Post? Because they know, I know they said DEFCON
I
began
don't think
playing.
so. Rock went from DEFCON to High Post, but when we saw High Post, it was 10 years after DEFCON was incarcerated.
So
Because
when,
the show started in 1985, then time
yeah,
jumped to 91, but we
right,
saw all kinds of dates when what I can't think of the dude's name now. The cop, Kanan's daddy. What was his name?
Howard,
Howard.
Malcolm Howard, yeah,
But see that computer screen when he was looking up DEFCON had you could put some dates together.
yeah. Let me see what these comments saying real quick.
I got a trivia question for you.
Go ahead, lay it on me.
What was well, we know DEFCON's real name was Rondell Starr,
Hmm.
but he had two other aliases besides DEFCON.
Really? That's a good one because I don't think I know that.
It was all on the computer screen. We didn't see the screen, but maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I do remember it saying aliases on there, but I don't remember what it said. So
Anybody
you
in the
got,
chat know?
let's see if the chat know. And don't try to go ahead and hurry up and look it up either. We're gonna give y'all 30 seconds to answer this shit. He caught me slipping. He caught y'all ass too.
Oh,
Will you
ghost.
do a topic
What is
on
that? What is
food?
that? Ghosting? How do you say that?
You said what?
What's the name? Ghosting? What is that?
Yeah, ghosting.
GHXT. Yeah, ghosted. He close.
I haven't made it down there yet, but I'm gonna look at it. He said,
Oh,
will you do a topic on food stamps being shut down on Sunday? Man, I'm trying to figure out, can I have time to do Sunday? Do a Black Chat Chronicles Sunday. I want to, but the issue with that is I'm working the election job because every time LA does an election, I work on it because it's actually good and easy money. Just um, sitting around assisting people with the voting machines and shit like that, pretty much. And like you can run up $6,000 in about a week and a half. So I was like, yeah, I sign me up, do that shit very quick and easy. But and the problem is the hours though be long. Like it'd be 8 in the morning to like 5, and this is LA time. You know what I'm saying? So only way I'll be able to do that if I like pushed it back to like 7 or 8 LA time. Anyway, devastated Leon, my bad. I don't remember what it said. Queen Louie and Mambo are my favorite characters. Origin starts filming next month. By the way, yeah, I saw that. Stop lying. When was that confirmed? Scarlett should have retaliated on Leon for the death of Tiana. Khadijah was right. Somewhat, yep. But I mean, he chose the peace route, I suppose. Partners with DEF CON. Yeah, I think so too. Maybe around the same time as DEF CON. Let's see. Marvin knew about DEF CON prison brother stealing from old woman. Why snitched on Marvin? Didn't Bert do it? Bert did what? The White Shark? or something along those lines. J Star and Great White. Why the hell was he? Why was he called Great White?
Now, they didn't give us all that.
Yeah, I figured they didn't, but
You had
damn,
to read the screen. It's Rondell Stark and alias is DEFCON J Star Gray White.
Great White.
Born March 17, 54. That's why I say he was close with that shark.
I see. So
But it was
I'm
Great
guessing that
White. He said
I'm
like the
guessing
white
it'll
stuff.
come from a great white shark, supposedly.
And
But I
J
mean,
Star.
yeah, that's the only thing I can think of right there. But yeah, that's something to look forward to find out why they called him that. DEFCON not even important at all. He just a plot device to explain why Kanan got the last name Stark. That's it. I'll say it's a little deeper than that because they kind of touched on him too much. It's got to be deeper than that. Think about it. They talked about him each season. Season one, obviously, they was talking about, DEFCON being his dad. Season two, they, Rock was trying to lie and hide the secret that the father was actually Howard. And then, he went to go visit his uncle Vernon. Season three, Ronnie was talking about DEFCON along with, you know, Snaps and Pop. Then season four, not exactly sure if not, you know, not exactly sure if they talked about him too much in four, but for sure, seasons 1 through 3 they talked about him. So he can't be just a character to explain, the name. That nigga was important, and I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure that.
it's definitely a pivotal character because I mean you heard several times about what Rock did to DEF CON and High Post.
Right, they did mention him. Right, they're unique mention.
Snap and Pop mentioned it more than anybody.
Right,
Like he
so
was
you
his
can't.
part. He
Yeah,
was part of the legacy.
yep, yep. So yeah, for sure, DefCon was a big character, and like I said, I think season four. I mean, this final season, season five, they're gonna touch on it a little more to kind of give us why they call him, the Great White, and what was that on J Star?
And I've always assumed he died in prison, but we don't we
Yeah,
don't
they
really,
never.
we
That's
don't
another
really
thing.
know that.
They didn't tell us how that happened.
Yeah, or
So
when
yeah, they
he
probably.
died.
And
But
another thing, breaking news. I'm pretty sure most of y'all probably already know this, but it seems as if that we may get Raising Canaan's, season 5 right after Force, and I'm all for that.
yeah, they need to.
Yeah, all this damn waiting we've been doing. Yeah, y'all need
But
to get
then
ready.
they got this P Valley been ready for what 3 years now.
Yeah, it's been out there. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll drop P Valley in between and then Raising Canaan. That's possible, a possibility. The only thing that's gonna suffer me is I don't watch P Valley. Like I said, it's just hard for me to watch that. But hopefully, even if they do drop P Valley in the middle of it, because let's say Force is coming in November 7th, that means it'll probably be ending like February, and then the next one. Let's say they do give us P Valley shortly after that. So spec Raising Canaan closer around what, spring? Nah, not spring, summer.
Looks like Ghostin got a theory about the name Great White. I hadn't heard that before. Did you go mute again or something? Jay.
God damn, this connection whooping my ass. But anyways, what I was saying, I don't know what's the last part y'all said. Y'all heard? Um,
I don't know where you are in the chat. I'll be keeping up with them.
let's see. The last thing I read was like the book. Let's see, like the book that referenced drug dealers as the great white sharks, the big kingpins. Okay,
Yeah.
you're never gonna see the Buster at this point, so it don't matter. We probably won't see him, but they're gonna at least tell us what more about him. I would say. Who knows? They could give us a flashback, and we actually see him.
Is the Buster, is that Defcon?
Yeah, he talking about that guy. Kanan did the same to Tariq, learned from Snaps and Pop. That's why I think Snaps and Pop using Kanan against Pop.
See, when they be giving us all these names and these characters we haven't seen, I would expect to see them in Origins or even season 5. It's just like them gangsters that Jukebox was talking about when they was at that party with Snap and Pop.
Yeah, you talking about those other characters?
Yeah.
Those may have been just some fill-ins. I kind of feel like.
Okay. They was at the party, and she called them thugs, and she said they was thugsters, and Ronnie
Right.
said they're not thugsters or something like that.
Right. But yeah, I think those were just fill-ins, possibly. Who knows though? Maybe maybe not in Raising Canaan, but perhaps in Origins, they'll introduce them.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, they was talking about early Tyler for 3 seasons before we saw him.
Yeah, that's true. I'm waiting on season 5. P Valley need to come the fuck on. Bless I ain't got no. I don't have no nothing against support. I ain't got no reason to hate that man. What else, Akari? Raising Canaan could air in March. I'm hoping so. That'll be closer. That'll be the same, basically the same time period that they released it this year. Because it came March of what was it? March 7th of this year, some shit like that. Yeah. Hey, Cameron, it's crazy you said that because I'm so thinking that maybe Branford and Michael is the same person. Gotta be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was annoyed they were not really saying that, but yeah, I was like, bro, they gotta be the same fucking person. He said he came after Mike was bad. I got the AOL connection right there. Hey, look like it. Do you think we'll get a young Ronnie in Origins? No, because Origins is the story right after Raising Canaan. So I don't see why, unless let me see. I mean, I would have to get a reason why they would do it. The only way I can see them possibly giving us a young Ronnie is if Unique makes it to Origins, which I don't think he will.
That would have made Jamie and what's his name, Tommy, even younger than the 12 years old they would be now. If we go back to a young Ronnie, they wouldn't even exist.
Right. Of course.
And
I
the
don't.
origins is supposed to be the origin story of Jamie and Tommy, right?
Right. Right. That's why I said the only way that they would possibly give us that if Unique survives to Origins and maybe he's talking about them or something. Support. I don't never talk about you behind your back. I don't have a reason to. That's just this nigga stirring up stuff. You can believe that nigga if you want to. Curtis St. Patrick, if that is his actual name, is definitely top of the list of people that we're waiting to see. He's the biggest mystery now that Breeze is finally knocked out. um, but let me see what it was. I think it was something else I was going to mention before moving on to this next topic. I can't necessarily think of it. It was something I was about to go and say before my AOL came in again. Appreciate that. Joining the membership, Ali. Big shout out to her. Filming for Origin starts next month. Yeah, so with it being the 18 episodes, like I said, I'm gonna predict they filming anywhere between 8 to 9 months for it. So expect them to be rapping. Probably like shit. Probably fall of next year is when they're gonna be rapping. And if that's the case, they could drop it as soon as winter of 2000 next year, maybe like November, December ish of next year. It's the soonest they could probably drop it, but it could roll over to 2027, which I'm hoping don't happen. And with the legacy thing, they haven't even started doing nothing with that yet. So, at least as far as we know. So they got to be ready to give us something.
Legacy is in the writing room, right? What does that mean? They're working on scripts.
Yeah, the script is being written. So they still in pre-production for the most part. Cover art from you said fall of next year is gonna be more than 8 to 9 months. Let's see, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, I mean that's the 9 months to August, and then pretty much September is fall. So yeah, they'll be wrapping up in fall more than likely. Because sometimes they may have it depends. Because like sometimes they'll have like a break in the middle when it's long like that. Because I know All American did that. I don't know how Power does theirs, but I do know when I used to work closely with All American. So when they used to do theirs, like season 3, for instance, of All American had 20 episodes, I think. 19 or 20, whichever one it was. And I know they broke theirs up. Like we had like a month hiatus or something like that, possibly even 2. But then they continued. And like I said, All American editing team is fast. Like them niggas move. Like we'll film something, you could film 6, 7 episodes or something like that, and then maybe a month later, that should be airing. So if they do it like that, we could get it sooner, possible.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the scenes in Power Book 2, Power Ghost, where we saw Monet in flashback with the children,
Mm-hmm.
and you got basically her origin story. That's I want to see that happen with Jamie and Ghost and Tommy, which
I think
means they would need to have a younger version of these characters, even in the ones that were cast.
I would like to say I'm almost positive we will get that because it just makes sense. Because there's no way the actors that they showed us already, like we know the ages of Ghost to it and Tommy to a degree.
I'm thinking that Thomas is said when he confronted Kate when she was trying to make amends. I'm thinking he said how old he was when he had to steal food from Mrs. Jenkins next door. I'm thinking he was like 6.
He
But
did
I
say
don't
that.
know how old it was when James had to beat up everybody because he was the only white boy and they was messing with him and he had to beat up everybody. You know, Kate told that story.
Okay, so yeah, I remember that. That was in you know, that was in the original Power, of course. Now we do have a time range when Ghost and Tommy met. We do know that age.
What was
But
that?
as long as Raising Canaan follows that same pattern. But in the original Power, if you can remember in season 2, when Holly got shot, of course, the prior season, and then they was coming to the hospital to um see her. Ghost said that he'd been knowing Tommy for 25 years. During that time period, Ghost was 35, 34, 35. So we know that they must have met when he was like 10. If they follow that. Like I said, they be changing it.
You saying Ghost was 19 when he met Kanan?
No, 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 no. I said him and Ghost and Tommy met each other when they was around 10.
Okay.
Because he said 25 years. They've been knowing each other for 25 years. So if that's precise, and they, like I said, Sasha Penn decides to keep that was said in the original Power.
So they could be part of his crew right now. In 1992, then they could be part of his crew, but they would be like 12 at the end of
Uh,
season 4.
right. That's what the age they should be around that.
Okay.
So let me finish up these. Hold up. Saturday, y'all tune into the No Limit versus Cash Money. I've been waiting all my life for this. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I mean, I know what Cash Money is and No Limit, but like, what is this? A versus battle or something? Sub CG, the accomplice with Taraji P Henson and Edge's Alba will drop some. Reasonable Doubt plus Family Business season 6, episode 1 through 2 tonight. Man, Family Business actually is good from what I saw. Like I said, but I haven't seen it since season 4, so I would have to catch up on it. We may see hidden gems on the actors' stories while filming. But yeah, back to the what we were talking about with the younger versions of Ghost and Tommy. I think it has to be because um the ages of the people that were cast, there's no way they can portray to be 12 or even 13, 14, if you ask me. There's no way they can portray to be that. They look too old. So my guess is that if they introduce them in Raising in Canaan, which I think they will, there'll be some younger actors. Kind of like how All American, if you're familiar with All American, the younger versions of Spencer, Coop, and Sean, they had younger versions of them, even though they were the older, the current Spencer and Coop. They had younger actors whenever they did a flashback would play them. So that's what I think the route, more than likely, that Origins is gonna go with. So that my guess is that it's gonna do it has to do a time jump. So maybe we're gonna first see them in like 90, probably 96 is what I'm guessing. I
Yeah,
think they,
I would say so too. This version that just got casted is who you're talking about, right?
right. Yes.
Didn't probably see him in '96.
Yeah. So
Right
I'm
before
guessing they show
right
up
before
like
they meet Breeze.
my prediction would be they show up 96. Um Kanan and Kanan, they under Kanan, Ghost and Tommy, they under them. And then, they do a little work for Tommy. I mean for Kanan, sorry. Then eventually they get introduced to Breeze. And I'm guessing they're not gonna have Breeze around that long. Probably what I said originally is gonna be what happened. Breeze, it depends on if they keep the 18 episodes per season route going. If they do, I don't see him lasting longer than 3 seasons. It might be season 2 he had by then. But so that means in this last season of Raising Canaan, they kind of gotta cover. That's why the 8 episode stuff that certain people have been saying don't make any sense because it's some stuff that I think they have to cover. And why would you shorten the season when you have to cover those things? Because let's see, they got to give us the introduction to Ghost and Tommy. I think that's essential. They have to do that, and also Angie as well. I would say those. I think all 3 of them have to be introduced next season.
Oh, with 18 episodes, I could see them. They could either in like every other episode go further back,
Mm-hmm.
really kind of intersperse them as kids with the teenagers. So like every other episode, but it's a lot to their origin story, even before Canaan, actually.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe which would be crazy. I think this would be really crazy. They might even start this thing right during the time when who knows? Breeze could be out here first season. It could happen like that.
I asked you this on another live. I'm gonna ask it again in case I missed something in the news or whatever. Do we know there's gonna be multiple seasons of Origins?
We don't know that, no. But I would assume that it will be. It
Okay.
could be a limited series though, like just one season, one long season.
18 episodes, you could cover a lot.
But I just think it's
And,
way
and I'm
too
sure,
much.
and I'm sure they will split that 18 episodes in half, like with a break or something.
Of course.
Kind of like the way they do with the Shy.
I'm not familiar with how the shot do theirs, but
They have a lot of episodes, but it'd be a nice break um, between them coming back. But technically, it'd be the same season.
okay, so kind of like what Tyler Perry does too.
Hmm.
Gotcha. Well, I would assume it has to be longer, more than one season, because I just think they got way too much to cover. Because, like I said, I think we're just gonna get an introduction to Ghost and Tommy, and possibly Angie. And keep in mind that I think folks still gonna want to know who Ghost's father is. He may not get introduced until Origins. He may not even show up in Raising Kanan season 5. Who knows? But they got to show what Ghost's father. They got to show what the shit Kate was doing with Tommy. That's all. We heard a lot about it, and then they got to show when Ghost and Tommy met. When Ghost beat up them kids, I'm pretty sure that's something that they're gonna want to show. Uh, Angie moving to Choke, I think that's pretty important. When she went to Choke, let's see, Kanan going to jail because Sasha Penn even mentioned that part. Of course, the death of Breeze, possibly the RSK's introduction, Ghost saving Julio. I think it's so much they got to cover. There's no way it's one season. I'm guessing. My prediction is 3 to 4. All right, it's so many comments I ain't addressed yet. Let me run through them. We may see hidden gems on the actor stories while filming. This guy right here. Preteens, that's around the time he met Kanan, right? I'm not exactly sure if they gave us a time period of when Ghost and Tommy met Kanan. I don't think that was said, to my knowledge. But somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe don't quote me on this, but I believe they met when they were around 10. Yeah, okay, so I'm way behind on these comments. Fightland will be dropping soon. Heard about that. Hopefully, we get a scene where young Tommy gives young Ghost the cut under James' eye. Yeah, that's something that I think probably will be introduced. But something to look forward to for this season 5 is, I think, absolutely, if they decide to give this to us, that Jukebox will give Kanan his scar, his cut on the neck. That has to happen. Because Haley Kilgore says she's not in Origins at all. Unless
That could happen in season 5.
that's what I was just saying.
The cut on the neck.
Something to look forward to is season 5, and season 5 Raising Kanan is her giving him that scar. Unless they find another actress possibly for Origins, and it's just not going to be her. Sasha Penn will retcon and rewrite parts of what was said in OG Power, like in book 3. He changed Kanan backstory from hustling at age 11, whipped his uncles to 15. They both suck. I won't be tuning in. What is he talking about? Takara, what are you talking about? What both suck? I guess he's saying Family Business and what was the other show y'all was talking about? Family Business and
Reasonable Doubt.
oh, Reasonable Doubt don't suck. Now, Family Business from what I saw was cool. I thought, but yeah,
Well, that's his opinion.
I know.
Both suck.
He be just trolling though. I would think he even see that shit. It's the versus No Limit versus Cash Money. I'm gonna skip that. Yeah, I'm not really too interested in it, but hey, who knows? Just maybe. They gonna they are gonna scrap that scene. We saw that in Power season 6 post credit scene. Uh, I don't think so. Let's see. That's what I was saying. They'll play the 1996 version starting off when they were 16, working under Kanan for at least a year or two to build up that trust, at least enough to meet Breeze. Yep, I agree with that. I wouldn't mind origins or quick flashbacks of all the characters in some way. I thought Lou was Ghost Dad. He is a glad nigga.
No, he's Rock's son.
Man. I honestly don't think that Ghost and Tommy will meet Kane in the first episode. You're talking about origins of I assume. And that's very much a possibility. I can see that. After episode 6 of Reasonable Doubt TV, you gotta put up the epic pick to pick of you and Brandy Evans or get an interview with her. Well, the picture I can guarantee. The interview, hey, I can reach out, see if they possibly available enough to do it. But I'm not sure. I'm starting to think we'll get the time jump to when Kanan meets them around like episode 5. Very likely.
I'm
Oh,
confused.
okay. He
Why would
said
it,
he's talking
why
about
would it need
this.
to be a time jump?
Gotcha.
Episode 5 of Raising Canaan.
I think he's talking about origins. I was assuming. He was saying no limited cash money sucks. Okay, for sure. Met at 14 after Ghost dad passed away. Where was that said at?
No, he went to live with Tommy after his dad
Yeah, I'm
died.
gonna say that there's no way actually that's possible. That's impossible actually. Because we know for sure in 1996 Angie was still there, and in 96 Ghost and Tommy then was already around 16. So that throws that away. Because Ghost's dad died after Angela left for Choke, because Ghost said that in episode 1 of the original Ballad. So yeah, that's impossible. I'm about to check out Reasonable Doubt now. All right, long as you don't come in here with the spoilers. But I'm about to go ahead and flip to episode 6. Now, if you're saying they met Kanan when it was 14, that could be possible. But after the dad passing, no. I wonder if Zion would be a factor in Origins. Bro, they should, because it kind of doesn't make any sense. But then again, book 2 goes do be doing shit that don't make sense. Anyways, but I mean, I think it'd be nice for them to put that nigga in there, so we can kind of get a reason why he was talking about Ghost and Tommy. But we got to remember, we got to see Breeze and Kanan partnership grow, and we'll see more of that late season 5 or Raising Kanan and season 1 of Origins. Yep, I believe so. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Reasonable Doubt, because obviously I've been on this topic hella long. It wasn't even necessarily about that topic. But hey, on to Reasonable Doubt. So Reasonable Doubt episode 6 was obviously, to me, a pretty damn good episode. Stuff was revealed. I was curious. When I was watching this, what was it that Jax's dad was up to? And now it seems like he didn't necessarily have any ill intentions. It was that he was there for Jax's mom, because as we know, the cliffhanger was they revealed that she has cancer. So,
But that's not what Lewis was talking about. Lewis found out something else.
true, he did find out something else, but they didn't show what it was. So, do you think it's probably two of the both things could be right? He's there for the cancer, but he also got his own agenda or something else that he's up to.
See, I got confused. at the end, and I probably watched it again before I watched this new episode.
I kind of think I need to as well. Yeah.
The at the end, it was several scenes how they edited from what's the Asian looking dude's name that's messing
I
with
don't
the
know.
sister?
I don't know, but
So
Demarcus, tell us his
I
name.
don't know what all that was about with the guy he met at the bar who was the man that he saw her with. But then he called Lewis to say like he found out something. But I don't think that had anything to do with the man that was in the bar. And I forgot what he was. He his character's playing into something. You know what I'm talking about? The one that was at the bar.
At the bar. I'm starting to.
With what's the guy's name that was hugging the sister?
I
You know,
honestly,
Jackson's sister was spying for Lewis.
assistant. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
I can't think his name.
I can't think of
But
his name either, but I know who you're talking about.
yeah, but he was in one scene, he at the bar talking to this guy that he
Mhm.
saw the sister with. Okay, then he was on the bed looking through a lot of stuff.
Right.
He called Lewis like he found out something. And in the next scene, Lewis is at the door at the daddy's place. No, the daddy came to Lewis's house. Okay, they're at the door with each other. And he said he know why you're here. But the daddy thought he was talking about the mama having cancer is why he was here. But Lewis didn't know what he
Okay,
was talking
Talia gave
about.
us a name. She said that his name is Daniel.
Yeah, that's
And
right. Daniel. Okay. See,
appreciate it.
Daniel found out something, but we don't know what that was. And that's what Lewis wanted to confront. But then when the daddy dropped off Lou's name, he looked like, what? What you talking about?
Yeah.
So the daddy got another secret, something going on.
Yeah, he definitely got something going on with that guy that he's faking like his sponsor.
You
'Cause
think
remember
that's
this?
a fake thing?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
But the sponsor was at the meeting, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was there, but remember, I don't know if you caught it. Remember, he shortly after that he mentioned to when Jax left, he said to the dad that when are you gonna tell her the real reason why you're back? So that lets you know there that was something staged. Also, keep in mind she took a picture with him and the sponsor, right? And she showed it to Lewis, and Lewis recognized that the guy was doing other stuff with what's the dad's name again?
Are you calling Daniel a she?
No, I'm not.
Daniel was the one taking pictures.
No, I'm talking about when Jax was. Remember, she went to his sobriety meeting.
Sobriety, yeah.
Sobriety, right. I said sobriety, but yeah, sobriety meeting or whatever that was. Um, that that she took the selfie with the sponsor dude and the dad.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Showed
Okay.
it to Lewis, and Lewis recognized him because that was the same dude that the dad was doing some kind of work that was had nothing to do with him being sober. So he knew Lewis knew then, okay, something's up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why I was saying that must have been something that he staged.
That the daddy staged.
Damn, support, you better let them folk run you out. That's crazy. That is, hey man, y'all lay up off support, man. Damn, y'all been cooking that man all night. I've been knowing this shit, but y'all been on this man ass, bro.
What's the problem with support?
I don't know, honestly. I know. I just know
In this Branford person.
Michael and Branford is the same person. And
Okay.
the thing is he got mad about him for something a long time ago or whatever. And ever since then, dude has been relentless on his ass. and then DeMarcus get on his ass every day now and then too. But Eddie, yeah, that's the dad's name. Appreciate that. Hold on. Chelsea. Who is Chelsea?
Eddie could be Lori Harvey, also known as Chelsea's father.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who the hell is Chelsea?
Who is Lori? See, I didn't see the first two seasons.
Well, Lori Harvey, that's Steve Harvey and them daughter.
Who's she playing?
Chelsea, assuming, but I'm guessing. But he said they all say woo. I was kind of wondering that too. Remember, I've been saying that too, but I don't know for sure. I know for sure Cameron is say woo, but some of the stuff that Cameron was saying kind of made me think it's crazy that we even got to do this. But whether or not these people are the same people or not, like it is insane. But yeah, Chelsea. Who is Chelsea though, DeMarcus? Let us know who that is.
Chelsea.
Cause that's not ringing a bell to me right now either. But yeah, whatever it is, we know this nigga definitely has a secret. Let me check my.
Is Chelsea not the woman that had the other baby? Is it? Chelsea. DeMarcus, who is Chelsea?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that too. Because I'm trying to think about all the characters. And I can't think of any that's Chelsea. That could possibly be who he's talking about. Or maybe that person hasn't been introduced yet, but he knows that she's on the cast and he knows the name from the cast. So he's anticipating that that's who she's going to turn out to be. Oh, see, he just answered it. Basically, what I was assuming. We ain't met Chelsea yet. It's Lori Harvey's character. Cool, got it. So it's gonna be so basically DeMarcus is saying he thinks when she's revealed, it's gonna turn out to be his daughter. But I don't understand why he would want to, be so secretive about having a daughter. I mean, shit, you had a daughter. Okay, whoop to do. You feel me? That's not something that you really should be afraid to tell them.
Well, that would be, and the daughter he has would be Jax's half sister.
True.
Which then might mean he was unfaithful in his marriage.
Okay, so are we in? But with Lori Harvey, there's no way they're gonna be saying that Lori's older than Jax because Lori doesn't look older than her. So it got to be a younger sister. So my thing is, if he had another child, afterwards, I mean, it's not too big of a deal, in my opinion.
See, I don't know nothing about Steve Harvey's daughter.
Yeah, she's her actual age, she's probably around 28, 29 now. But she can still pass for very early 20s probably. So, obviously Jax, she looks like she's in her 30s. So it would have to be a younger sister. So let me get to that, DeMarcus, with Bill smashing Sally. So that was wild. And the first thing I thought when I seen it, and it's crazy. A couple girls, a girl that I know, and my girl was like, she seen it, and I was like, we all came to the same conclusion. Um, Bill is not Tommy because that sex scene was weak. What's that? That shit was weak as hell. Hold up, man. What? Yeah, that's definitely Bill. What is this? They could have kept that. Anyways, but another thing I want to address before we move on. So Jack's putting Monica on the stage, right? And basically destroying her on the damn on the stand, right? Do y'all think that was the right move, or was she making a mistake? Because obviously Bill felt like she shouldn't have done it.
Why would it have been a mistake?
Well, the things that she could potentially say as a witness could potentially hinder them. Because keep in mind, she Jax called her as her witness, right? And did what she did. So that's open field for the prosecutors as well to question that.
No. The point is that it put doubt when you can undermine the integrity of a witness. Okay, so that's what that was about. So what Jax did worked on two levels. It brought out the molestation. It made her, she's a pedophile. She's a criminal. So they're not gonna believe
Yes,
nothing she say anyway.
I
After,
understand
after
that.
that, understand anything else she say is it has no credibility.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, like I said, the prosecutors, they get their opportunity too. Keep that in mind. You don't know how they're gonna go at her. They could go at her, and especially with her getting into the mode where she may be wanting to seek revenge, possibly because of what they did. She could say some stuff that could possibly be very damaging, and flip the switch. That's why Bill was saying she's a dangerous witness because she knows so much. And the fact that she decided to target her, it could backfire.
But also Jax's strategy too was to show somebody else the
I
name of the
understand
show.
that. I
And
remember
it
her
still was
saying,
reasonable doubt. So supposedly, if there's a reasonable doubt, the jury should acquit. So if you can establish that somebody else had the motive, opportunity, and means, which she did with that witness, then it would be hard to say for the jury to say that they proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he killed that girl.
okay, so real quick, Demarcus, you said no Jax made, I think you may have left out a word. You saying she made what you mean to say a mistake, a huge mistake by putting Monica on the stand?
I think that's what he meant.
Bad news, Glock is canceling all its gun models except for 43, 4310, and 48 after the brand was banned in California to do its ability to be easily converted into a machine gun. Damn. I mean, that's random news, but that's crazy. Bill could find out that Daniel and Kristen are involved. Bill could tell Steve and Vince this information to get Jax dismissed from the Ozzy case. Yeah, I remember you making that claim last live about reasonable doubt, and I think that's very likely that could happen. But tell me how putting Monica on the stand was a mistake, though. Like I said, I could see it being one because of her being a dangerous witness and seeking revenge, making me kind of being a little anxious to go and watch this episode now. But
They only got 2 more episodes, right?
after this one, no, they got 3 more because this is episode 7 that's aired today. Then you still got 8, 9, and 10. But so yeah, this is a little crazy because this is the thing. Jack said that she was putting Monica on the stand to give, the jury someone else to look at to get their attention off of Ozzy. But do y'all think Jax actually is convinced that maybe Monica is actually the person who did it?
I don't think she thinks that.
Hmm. This still getting very, very interesting because we getting so much. Because we seen let's go to what we do know. We know that Monica's found a bloody sweater that she burnt, and she said this was to protect Ozzy. We also know that we seen what's her name, Wendy, and what looked like to be a chair, and Monica was in front of her or something, right? Cause we seen her in a chair scrapped up, almost as if she was tortured or something, maybe. So with the way Monica was talking, I think that's kind of safe to say she didn't do it. She just got rid of the evidence. But does she know? She probably doesn't know who actually did it either.
And that really doesn't matter because he's the client.
Right.
You don't have to know who the murderer is to acquit the accused.
Uh-huh.
Just like when that jury acquitted O.J. Simpson based on they didn't prove the case, so he was not guilty. But if he didn't do it, we still don't know who did. Even though most people assume that he actually did kill that girl. I'm talking about O.J. Simpson. But that's not what the trial is about. It's not about who did it. It's about can the prosecutors prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he killed the girl.
That's why I really want Solo to watch this show, but I can't convince this punk to watch it because she would be good for this, but her ass refused to watch the show.
Be good for what?
To talk on this topic.
See, I grew up reading and watching Perry Mason. I read so many Perry Mason books growing up, and used to watch the TV show.
Yeah, because she was whenever she do come to these late night lives and stuff like that, she'll come through to support and stuff like that, but she don't never know what we're talking about because she don't watch the shows. But I was like, this is a show that kind of would be relatable, but so you kind of could watch this one and that possibly be interested, maybe.
And I'm gonna tell you something else, Jay. We don't know everything about Wendy or their mom and daddy.
Uh-huh.
We finding out something about everybody else. We found out that the boy that used to be on the TV show, he got up there and lied.
Yeah.
Because he had a deal. He made a deal with the prosecution. She shot him down. He has no more integrity as a witness. Because if he was there, he could have killed the girl.
So speaking of that, that's what DeMarcus is claiming right now. He said Alex had an affair with Wendy, and along Wendy, and the rope burns were the belt around Wendy's neck.
Who had an affair with Wendy?
Alex, the guy who got on the stand that was to play Ozzy's brother in the TV show.
Okay.
And I think that's very plausible. That could be what has happened. But the only thing that kind of makes me think no to that is if Ozzy knows that, why won't he just tell Jax that he did it? You know? And then Jax can use that information to, free him. Where do we think the scratches on Ozzy's chest came from? Right. I forgot about that. Forgot about those scratches on his chest. That's something else that we got to think, because it seems as if some kind of struggle may have happened. That's interesting.
When they have pictures of the scratches on his mugshot, wouldn't they have investigated that or something? I think it's assumed that it came from Wendy.
Well, that those scratches could have possibly, hold on. I'm trying to remember when did they reveal those scratches? What episode was it? Because you keep in mind when he first went in, he wasn't arrested. He went in voluntarily.
Okay, and then he got arrested. So he come the mug
Yeah,
shot
but I'm saying is
and strip
maybe,
search and
and keep in mind he never went to. I don't think he ever went to actual jail. He probably just went into like a holding cell and then bonded out. Because they don't. I know in L.A. they don't take your clothes. They don't take you do make you undress and stuff like that, and they take photos. They don't do that. You don't do that until you like getting processed into prison or something. So it's possible they never saw that. I don't. Okay, let me read some more of these comments. Where do we think describe? Okay, I just said that self defense, self inflicted, or sex injury. I thought Wendy was smashing Sal on the side. Sal, who the hell is Sal? Boy, they naming a lot of people. I don't know their names. You know who Sal is? I don't think
is that
putting
short for Sally?
came. Yeah, I doubt it. Because why would she be messing with Sally? That don't make sense. I don't think putting Monica on the stand was a mistake and unrelated, but my Grizzlies got that season opener dub. Yes, yes, ma'am, Talia. They sure did. And if you are an NBA fan and you haven't subscribed to my NBA channel yet, go ahead, because I am about to start cooking over there on that channel. I just got to get some stuff. Pretty much after this election stuff is done, I'm gonna be very active on all four of those channels. But yeah, I'm glad John Morant got them 25 points for it. That's what's important. All this is Ghost being on trial with Ozzy. Bill will get Jax dismissed from the case. Bill will take over the case just like Silver did. That's interesting. Alice got the footage and was blackmailing some of the family because notice Alex kept telling the sister, "You're the only one that's reasonable in your family." So you think he has the actual footage of the murder? And if so, who's the one committed the murder? Y'all sleep on Ozzy X, Anel Keys taking out Wendy with Alex. Who is that? God damn! Hey, bro. I'm convinced. I gotta go back and rewatch this whole season, bro. Cause they named too many folks. I don't know who the fuck they talking about. Now I think Wendy was smashing Ozzy dad. Woo!
I like that.
Now
That's
that's
what
the one I
I mean.
think is
I'm
possible.
suspicious of the dad all the time.
Because if you pay attention, also, it seemed like um Ozzy's mom is very bossy and stuff like that, and it seems like the dad and her may not have the strongest of relationship. So maybe you know behind closed doors, he secretly like white women too, and that's where Ozzy got it from because it was inherited. And he like
Oh Lord.
what?
He inherited the attraction of white women.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just saying that you don't think this possible? This could be possible. And then that's why. Because kind of like if you watch Beauty and Black, the son that's gay. Also, Horace was gay, but Horace was hiding it. So it could be something like that.
It's
And then,
something else. I haven't watched Beauty and Black yet. That's the next. I
oh,
wanted to finish up Bel Air and stay on top of Reasonable Doubt because I hadn't watched the last season of Bel Air, but I'm almost through. And then I'm gonna
okay.
watch Beauty and Black. But
Speaking of Bel Air, that's coming
I'm,
too. I am
I'm
going to be covering
suspecting
that.
that Horace's brother and his wife had a child. Which child it is, I don't know. But we
Mm,
know Horace's wife, Debbie Morgan, that she had a thing going on with the brother-in-law. That
for
that
sure.
brother that's
Yeah.
all
Yep.
upset.
Yeah. So that's a good one, Talia. I do think that's very possible. When he stayed at Jackson's house before handing himself in. Okay, that must have been related to when they showed. Yeah, they showed the scratch on his chest. Gotcha. So Ozzy's dad name is Sal. Got it. Too many names. Sal is. You're right. Alice has footage of Wendy doing the nasty with Sal, amongst other shit. Oh, okay. Got you. So you think that he caught Sal putting in that work and he filmed it and he's been using it to blackmail the family. Interesting. So who's that girlfriend that you're talking about though? That's the other thing I'm curious now. Let me keep reading. Maybe y'all said it. Since Jax has important information on her phone, however, don't have two phones or a passcode, face or finger recognition to get into her phone. I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
That was about when the girlfriend got Jackson's friend got Bill's phone number out of Jackson's phone when Jax went to the restroom.
Oh,
Now
okay.
why is she when she has some security on her phone with all the information that's in there?
Got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta catch a game, but the Nets is ass, and I'm lazy, so I don't feel like driving to Philly. Will Russell Westbrook help the Sacramento Kings? I think so. Russ helped every team he go to that's not the Lakers. If you pay attention. No reason why he couldn't help the Lakers is because there's a guy there named LeBron James who can't be helped because he loves being stuck in his ways and think everybody else is the problem except him. He can't see his own shit. Yeah, Alice, a hanger on to that. whole family. He just squeezing what he can get. So CG, who is the person that you think took him out then? Took out Wendy? Because like let's say the secret is that Sal was secretly smashing on Wendy, right? So who is the one who took her out? Could it be Sal took her out to keep her mouth shut? Maybe. I gotta go back and rewatch this whole season. Yeah,
See, I go back to the mom and dad and the first. I agree about this. The dad was doing some dirt, and Wendy, we don't know everything about her. But one of the best motives for the family to want to get rid of Wendy is just like the sister said. He was finna fire the family from his management. He been everybody's gravy train.
yeah. And it's like Franklin said on Snowfall, nothing tears a family apart more than money. And yeah, Talia, I was thinking that too. It is very much possible that best friends know their friend's password. Now, don't none of mine know mine, but see, that is something that I think women would do. You feel me? In episodes 1 through 2, I thought it was Monica, but after last week, I'm thinking Sal. I now think Sal took out Wendy to protect Ozzy's professional interests, so their family and keep eating. So basically, he's implying that he agreed with your theory, Ronald. It was once he saw that he was planning on firing the family and moving on with Wendy, he was like, okay, yeah, Wendy got to go. It's still very interesting. We need to find out the whereabouts. Maybe this next episode will kind of reveal that. Find out the whereabouts of the parents during the time of the killing. Now I think Alice knows this, but he ain't saying shit because he's trying to squeeze the family from all angles. But the best thing to do if I'm in their shoes, I'm just being honest. I'm taking out Alice. That way you get rid of all the people that can potentially, talk. And then he already got on the stand too. Yeah. I'm Alice. Alice up out of here.
Have you? Well, have you seen the synopsis for tonight's episode?
I have it. What you saying it?
I'm looking at it.
What does it say?
Mama Lou's news forces Jax to confront her own fears and perceptions of parenthood rooted in past trauma. Daniel gets messy chasing a key witness who could change the case.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay. So who is that? The part that stand out for me with that? Who is that witness? I gotta for these last 4 episodes too. I gotta lock in for these because
I don't think it's 10 episodes, Jay. I don't know. This is they give you these pictures of each upcoming episode.
yeah,
But
episodes
it don't
one
say.
through two were 10 episodes. I mean seasons 1 through 2 were 10. So I would
Well,
assume this
this one seems to be stopping at 8. Ignorant shit. But
seriously.
it doesn't say the season finale though. But it's just got 8 listed.
They probably doing the same route that book 2 Ghost was doing. Like the synopsis for episode 9 and 10 is probably too revealing, so they didn't give you that.
Let's see, but they've always had 8 listed though. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Hold back something. Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
remember when we was watching Book 2 Ghost in the last season, they gave us the synopsis 1 through 9, but they didn't give us 10. They didn't want to reveal that Monet was dead. Now that we know that's what it was.
You're right. It's 10 episodes. November 6th and November 13th is the last 2. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to say it wouldn't make sense for them to do that the season 3. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in on them. Like I'm gonna be breaking down the synopsis, try to do some individual videos because this stuff is really getting pretty damn good.
I don't see how they have different writers for every episode because they got some good writing.
Well, all shows are like that. Power got 11 different writers. What it is they do what we call a writer's room, and then you got the head writer that's pretty much the one that's approving of everything. You kind of have an angle of what direction each episode is going to go.
Like an outline.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got that's why you do the all the pitch decks and all that extra stuff that comes with the writing, so that you can kind of know already where how you want this. This is where it starts. This is where it ends for all of them, and then where 10 is gonna end at. Like say if you got 10 episodes in this season, where that's gonna end, so you can write in between. So this writer, look, you covering this one, make sure this is covered in this, this episode because this happens after that. And then, you follow it through. All of y'all are pretty much writing among and you when you do the collaborations through the software Final Draft, which is pretty much what all writers, the standard professional writing use. You collaborate, and pretty much what they're writing, you can see it yourself too, in case like you need to reference something to make sure it all align. And then once all of them are, finished, the head writer and the people that's over everything give it the final approval of everything. Then that's when it's done.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna find out something about the parents in episode 8, ignorant shit.
The,
I don't know what we're gonna find out, but there's something about them.
which parents?
Ozzy's parents.
Ozzy's parents. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah, the message stuff that's what stands out with me. I'm gonna do an individual synopsis breakdown, I believe, for it. But I think I want to go back and, which means I'm gonna have to put some major time aside to try to rewatch these damn episodes, and then try to do a synopsis breakdown before this next episode 8, comes out.
Yeah, the synopsis don't ever give you much information. It's real.
It gives you enough though, if you really know the shows for some of them. Because, like I said, certain one, that's how I was able to cook certain episodes by these synopses. It let me figure out, okay, that's what I think is going on with this. But see, it's a little bit more tricky for a show like this because each season, you're dealing with a different case.
Mm-hmm.
It could be kind of different. But I mean, still, you can maybe reference what happened in this prior episodes. Maybe they're going this direction with that, but more than likely they're not going to do that with this type of show. And Reasonable Doubt, I only seen each season once. I haven't rewatched season 1 or 2. Okay, so I think I'm about to get ready to go ahead and move on. We've been on this one quite a while too. It's great. We spent the hour on each one so far.
I'm gonna have to. I gotta get a nap in. I gotta be online early in the morning.
All good. I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I ain't got too much longer in there. It's already been 2 hours. It's not what I was planning on doing, but hey, it is what it is.
It's hard with you didn't need but two topics probably.
Right. Yeah, time for me to watch the Reason Without episode. Might just have to lock in and do a power style analysis of the season so far. All right, my boy. So let me go ahead and move. They don't really ran support out of there. That's crazy. And then the craziest part, after they ran him out, they left. Anyways, though, on to the next one for the people that's still up in here. I don't know who's still in there. The next topic, and this one ain't gonna take too long, in my opinion. Who cheated first between Ghost and Tasha? Now, from my experience of what I've been saying, pretty much the guys is gonna say Tasha ass cheated first, and some of the women are gonna say Ghost cheated first. But let's be real. I think you got to break it down to emotional and physical cheat. Because emotionally, I guess you can say Ghost cheated first. But physically, that was Tasha. Now, which one was worse? I guess is what we should decipher a little bit more so say. But in my opinion, we're gonna put some pressure on Tasha. What y'all got? So far,
Before I go, I always thought Tasha cheated first.
well, look like right now it's unanimous. Everybody saying Tasha, which it is. It definitely was her.
And then, and then you could rationalize that, Ghost was in love, Tasha was just horny.
Yeah, but like I know certain ladies disagree with this, but the actual truth is, I'm sorry, it's not the same. When men cheat, it's not the same as what a woman cheat. I'm sorry, it's just not. And I'll argue that till the cows come out.
Uh-oh. I can see why they was like that.
They may not like it, but I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Science and just if you pay attention, biology, all of it basically proves what I'm saying. Because whether people are aware of this or not, when a woman has sex with a man, especially unprotected, a part of that man remains in you. You can't get it out. This is science. That's not the same for a man. A man, once he takes a shower and cleans himself, that is gone. So that's one thing. You're mixing that energy. I know you. I'm just saying. And then on top of that, which I think is more important, I think even the ladies would agree with this one. A man can just be horny and see a girl that's attractive and just go and smash, and then later on gives two shit about it. Oh well, I got my nut. I don't give a fuck about you, really. I just was horny at the time. That's not typically the case for women. In order for a woman to get to the point, unless she's a hoe, in order for her to get to that point, for her to do that with you, she got to be emotionally attached. Right? I think we can agree to that. So that means if she did it with you, with somebody, more than likely she's attached to that person in some kind of level. And if it wasn't a man-made creation, let's just go with what God gave us, right? He didn't give us condoms, he didn't give us vasectomies, he didn't give us birth control, none of that, right? So if we just going by what is natural, if a woman smashed multiple guys, she's getting pregnant and she's locked down for 9 months. That's it. It's a wrap for her ass. A man, we can smash 10 different girls and get 10 different women pregnant. So that lets you know there that you don't supposed to be going out doing that shit like that. I'm just saying. And the Bible tells the man to be fruitful. Didn't it not? So why the world he give us millions of sperm cells if it was only meant for you to impregnate one woman? It doesn't even make any biography. I don't even think that's a word. Let me not say that, but it doesn't make sense for him to give us that much sperm cells for one woman. I'm just being honest. Am I wrong? Let's see what the ladies are saying. This is why most men hate Tasha truly. If this never happened, her character would not be tarnished. I could agree with that. That absolutely made her character go down a lot. And I think I'm gonna add this to it too, Ali. Is who the people she kept going after too. Like if she would have went after Quentin, her last love interest in the original Power, from the beginning, it'd have been fine. I don't think nobody would have, she may would have got a little bit of pushback, possibly, but for the most part, folks wouldn't have been on her ass like that. You went out to Sean, who was practically almost like another son to Ghost.
Well, she would have helped raise Sean. So
exactly.
that was incestuous, really.
Right.
So she watching this boy grow up, and she'd been lusting for him for a while, apparently.
Right. You can almost say she a pedophile because if a man would have did that, let's say a man, let's switch this up. Let's be honest, lady. Let's say Kanan had a daughter instead of a son. This daughter was very attractive. And later on, Ghost started smashing on this daughter. Every last one of y'all would have been saying, Ghost a pedophile. He preyed on her. That's what y'all would have been saying. But ain't nobody mentioned this about Tasha doing this with Sean. Right? So that's why it made it so bad. And then on top of that, your next guy, which is Ghost's attorney. Why the hell you keep going after men that's attached to Ghost? The only one who wasn't was Quentin. So that's what messed her character up. Why folks can't stand it.
My head's still spinning on your biology lesson.
That's true though. It is. You can look that up. When a woman
does it matter that a female fetus already has all the eggs that she'll ever have?
Yeah, it matters.
Before she's even born, she got all the eggs that she'll ever have.
Yes. That means you got limitations. That means you don't supposed to be just smashing like that. You can't deny it. That's what that means. That means, look, and it also tells me that, and I know that they're going to disagree with this because of how today's society is, but if you go to other parts of the country, they would agree with this, that women are supposed to be having children much younger than what they're having it. Because you're at your primal, time of having it when you're the youngest, because you start to lose eggs as you get older, right? So with them having limitations of of how long, and I know a lot of ladies are allowed to make cases of very rare times where women that are very much of age have had children. But let's be real, that's very rare. It's not typical. But that's going to another conversation. But that's the reason why a lot of men are at least these people, the type of men that do relationship advices and stuff, are telling women you're supposed to be getting married younger than what they're doing now, which back in the day they did. Ghost cheated first. Oh, we got one. We got one. Hold up. Ghost cheated first when he got Angie's number. Tasha playing with herself in the SUV was outrageous and so unbelievable. I ain't gonna say it was unbelievable because I know some women that do some shit like that. So I'm not gonna do. I disagree with that. Now to address your ghost cheated first comment, I can rock with you saying it. That's why I say emotionally he cheated first, but physically she cheated first. So I guess what should be decided which one was worse. And like I've always said, I feel like the Ghost and Angela situation could have been, dealt with if Tasha would have just approached it right there. But of course, this is a show; they got to keep it going some kind of way. We not all emotional with every man. Well, that's why I said unless because this is just my opinion. I think unless you are a hoe, you're not going to lie down with just any man. You're just not going to do that. You got to have some kind of attachment. A man can smash a girl and have zero attachments to it. It's not the same. I think most people think Tasha cheated first. What do you think, though?
So basically, Jay, you saying basically, men are naturally hoes.
See, yeah, but I'll go with what the guy say. They're hoe makers, not necessarily a hoe. But yeah,
we know there's a double standard there,
right, and that's the thing that
it always has been,
right. And women have so many double standards that is in favor of women, but whenever it's a double standard that's in favor of men, they can't take it.
We just talked about a show where this grown woman screwed a 13-year-old boy.
Exactly, and nobody's batting the eye about it. But if it would have been a man smashing a 13-year-old girl, they would have been all over him. That's a double standard. But see, we accept
it. Is. It is.
I think it's much worse, even though it's kind of crazy. I think it's much worse if a man was grown as hell smashing a 13-year-old girl. But that's a double standard that we understand and we accept as men. We're not going to give, most of us men, unless we kind of got some kind of pedophilia behavior of our own, we're not going to say, oh, there's nothing wrong with it, or look over it like it was nothing. We're like, what the fuck is wrong with your grown ass smashing on that 13-year-old girl like that? That's how we going to look at it. But yeah, like I said, yeah, it's definitely a double standard, but I mean, it is what it is. Man, look at it this way. Majority of women prefer to have one man that can complete all of the tasks she desires. Like if it's a man that has enough money that can support everything she wants, one man that can protect her from everything, one man to perform sexually the way she desired. If he can fulfill all of those things, that woman would take just one man. Let's say he was faithful to only her too. She would prefer one man. A man that's at the top of his dream would be, man, I want her. You know what I'm saying? Most men. And I don't want them to annoy me at all. If he could have that, if he could have 10 gorgeous woman of whatever ethnic group he desires, and none of them is going to nag him. None of them is going to get on his nerves and do all that. If a man could have that, I would say 9 times out of 10, a man is going to take it. Every 10 men, at least 9 of them is going to take that option. Women wouldn't take that option because most women don't want to be getting smashed by 9 different dudes. When she can have one that's giving her exactly what she wants, and she don't have to worry about having a bunch of dudes. It's not the same.
Where you at? I was supposed to get off of here, and you
I know.
else now. What? I don't know where you are in the chat. I'm looking at Talia's comment.
I'm actually about to address Talia's one of her comments right now, which is I don't think Tasha cheated because she was just horny. She cheated for some get back. Nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, Talia. What the fuck? If you show another man your body parts, taking off your damn panties, fingering yourself, and on top of that, if she were just horny or whatever, she could have did all of that with the window. She didn't have to let the window down so that she can make sure he saw her. She could have just did that in the back seat in her own privacy where he never knew it was going on. But she deliberately made sure he could see her. That's cheating. Because I promise you, see, this go back to this double status bullshit. If forget it being Kanan's relative, let's just say any woman in general. If Ghost was in the back seat and it was a fine ass woman driving him around, and this nigga let the seat down and started jacking off, y'all would say that nigga cheat. Now let's stop it. that's crazy.
Well, Talia not saying she didn't cheat. She's questioning the reason, the rationale behind it. Because I was
She
saying
just said in her words, I don't think Tasha cheated.
Because she was just horny.
It don't matter. She still
cheated
said I
for
don't
some
think she
get
cheated.
back.
I get it. I'm understanding.
She's saying she cheated, but I was saying that she was just horny. Ghost
the reason
love. She was just horny, but she's saying it wasn't just because she was horny, but really it was for some get back. Now she was probably already feeling threatened because he wasn't giving enough attention.
But that's stupid though. Either way, that's stupid. Your get
was.
back should be getting in that woman's face and letting her know hell no. Or addressing Ghost, approaching him about it. Not going off doing that. That's crazy. Exactly, and that made her whole character quality go down. That's a big unless for $40 son would do it all. What is he talking about? Hey, the guy, what are you talking about, man? I think I know, but I'm gonna need some clarity. Why is it unbelievable? You don't think a woman would play with herself in an SUV? Tasha didn't really want Sean until he showed interest in Keisha dumbass. Nah, she wanted that nigga. You can tell how she was acting in the very first episode. It's just she didn't have a reason to make a move on it. But I do think the jealousy of her with the Keisha situation did enhance it to make her really. Cause you know how women are competing with each other all the damn time. I don't know why y'all do that, but hey, it's a thing. She was using Sean too, and he was so naive. Well, that's for sure. Yeah, Takari. That's exactly the word I'm looking for. That's exactly what they would have said. Ghost groomed her. If Kanan had a daughter instead of a son, and they was the same age, and Ghost would have did it, they would say he groomed her. So basically, Tasha groomed Sean. That's what happened. Glad we can't have kids like rabbits, man. How you
But
know?
you know what I just thought. I really want you to get to Talia's next comment because she's challenging your theory.
Wait,
But
I missed
we
that.
don't know. I would guess that probably wasn't the first time she had flirted with Sean.
I agree. I definitely agree. You can say how Sean was looking at her and stuff like that. But anyways, let me try to run through these comments. Ghost cheated first because he lusted after Angie in his heart, which is why he asked for her number. Well, yeah, I said emotionally he did. So wait, I missed that. UAN. You said if a woman sleep with someone she don't have feelings for, she a hoe. Is that the way you was waiting now?
Uh huh.
Okay, so I think a woman. I'm not gonna hold back. Matter of fact, we should have this on Black Chat Chronicles. I would love to hear Solo answer to this, so I can cook. Matter of fact, she was on. I was speaking to her on not too long ago. She over that line. Never mind. We'll talk about that when it come on there. Anyway, I can't wait to cook her on there. I'm gonna make that a topic. But I believe that actually she probably would agree to that. But that's what I'm about to say. But I believe that a woman, unless she is emotionally attached, yes, more than likely she's not gonna just smash a dude because he's handsome. Most women aren't like that. Yeah, like they could be liking you physically, but they're like, nah, this, I don't really know you. That's what most women that are fit to be wives, yes, are thinking. They're not gonna do that. Now, if you just looking at a man, like, okay, he look good, cool, I'm gonna smash him. That's whole behavior. I'm sorry. And that's I'm just keeping it 100 and
Even
revealing
even
how
if
men
they
think.
even if they're not married.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if they're not married, it doesn't matter. This is how, especially men in 2025. Matter of fact, any man that's single right now that's currently dating or whatever, like even if you got a girlfriend, it's fine. When I say single, I mean unmarried. And if you're like under 40 right now, I can guarantee you all of them would agree. You're not gonna just lie down with a man just because you think he looks good. They're gonna think um you know what I'm saying you're oh if you just lay down with them like that. Now if you found got to know the person and stuff like that, and then that some attachment got built, then y'all end up doing something that's different. And then at the end of the day, like I said, you're gonna want to stay emotionally attached to one man, typically. Like if that's the man that you chose, you did something with, you're gonna want to stay with just him. You're not gonna want to, oh, okay, well, got that off. Oh, he looked good too. Let me go, I'm gonna smash him too. That's whole behavior. Now, sometimes women sleep with a nigga so he can leave her the fuck alone. Some here nigga damn pussy. That's whole behavior. I don't give that. No, it ain't. I'm not backing down. That's whole behavior. I don't give a fuck what your reason is. There's other ways you can get that nigga out your face. You make it crystal clear. Look, nigga, we ain't doing none of that shit. Get the fuck out of my face with that, or I'm gonna file. You can file some kind of harassment charge on the motherfucker. Get your brother or somebody to come whoop his ass. Whatever it is you gotta do. You don't just smash that nigga just because he's been annoying. That's still whole behavior. Fuck no. I wish my daughter would, if I had a daughter, smash somebody just because the nigga getting too annoying. Be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not lying, not saying you ever done it, but you heard about it before. Now, if he did that, he pressing charges. She pressing charges, right? A rich man can love, protect, and provide for a woman in 2025, and she'll still let her weed man smash, and then post it on her OnlyFans. And that's whole behavior, though, right? That's whole behavior. We know it is. And it's crazy because that's what I'm saying. Majority of the women in today's time are not fit to be wives. They're not. And the problem is so many of them want a husband, but they don't want to be a wife because being a wife comes with commitment and things that they're not willing to do. They just think, oh, I want a husband because I want somebody to take care of me financially and sexually whenever I get ready and all the other things I may want. But I still want to be able to entertain other men, even if I'm not necessarily smashing them, entertaining them by leading them on because I enjoy attention. Because that's a real thing in our community right now, which is crazy. They love attention so much now. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, this she asked him, did it happen to him? That's crazy. I'm back. I had to calm down. Tell me that nigga finally shut the fuck up. Yeah, he did. He might be on his way back though, since you came back in. He might be just watching that shit till you come. Oh man. But anyway, that's when Demarcus made his comment about Block family or we whatever he said. I won't be seeing his comments no more. You said now you question your life choices. God damn. Well, I ain't mean to do that, but I'm just saying. You said you thought we do love hoes. What you talking about? We do love hoes. But we love them for what they do, but not for who they are. That's different. We ain't never gonna bury them. We ain't never gonna wipe them up. But if you're gonna continue to give us what we want for free like that, easily, who are we to shut you down for being who you were created to be? Hey, my favorite line has always been, I'll get all 7 of my bros to beat your ass. Damn, Talia, you got 7 brothers? Shit. But exactly though, that's my point. That's what I'm saying. It's other ways to get the if nigga annoying you to get his ass out. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta have brothers or uncles or dad or nothing like that. Niggas are such simps in these days. All you gotta do is just get the right nigga. Like, look, it's this dude that's just been bothering me, yada yada yada. That nigga, well, you can easily find a dude that just go and do your dirty work. Women gotta, you know, learn their power a little bit more at some certain times. You know how many niggas that'll do that shit just with the thought of hoping he could possibly get some, but I'll never get it. It's a bunch of niggas like that. Damn, Talia said, I don't ever want to be a wife. Well, at least you know what you want. Damn. Right, especially my generation, 2004. Damn. A lot of shit get exposed right there. All a nigga need is some perk dirties and she go bust it wide open. Shit, my comeback line gonna be y'all having 7 funerals in one day or one of each day of the week.
To the TK's comment, all we needed in my day was some coke, and you gonna bust it wide open.
Exactly. I mean, shit. That's what I'm saying. It's so easy these days. Shoot, these hoes do it for some of them just do it for weed now. You just, man, get them. Hey, man, you trying to smoke? Yeah, yeah. Them hoes get high. I don't even smoke though. To be honest with you, I don't mess with those type of girls. Me personally. Not saying nothing's wrong with a girl that smoke because I have messed around with girls that smoke before, but like um once they do a bunch of drugs and stuff like that, I just never found that shit appealing for me. I don't know. I'm a uppity ass nigga to be honest with you. Like I got standards. Like my hoes gotta have some kind of I mess with upscale hoes. Yeah, that is.
We done went from who cheated first to who's a hoe.
I know this is crazy. And I rather, what I'm saying, I rather work harder to get them upscale hoes than to dive down to them. Cause bro, this is another thing, Ronald. Whenever I come to Memphis, bro, and I'm around some of my old homies and stuff like that, and they be talking about certain girls and shit like that. Yeah, man, she fine, but and like they level of fine and standards and shit of stuff is just way beneath what I consider now. I'm like, yeah, bro, she all right. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, ain't about Jack. So when I do actually find them like that in Memphis and shit, it's a little different. All right, cool.
But it's so many the way I'm big on dress and appearance, and nowadays you go in a Walmart or somewhere, these women they dressing like they want you to see them as a hoe.
Shit, they do. Most of them.
And a wide range of ages too. I mean, not just the 20 somethings, but even on up in some years. It's like what they
because they want to be
trying to
young.
prove, what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. In my day, it was some weed in a bottle. Nigga, you ain't that old talking about in my day. But yeah, for sure though, what you said is a fact. My brothers influenced me in many, many ways. One thing I've always said is I got a lot of old hoes. I only have a handful of exes. I feel that. Hey, I had to figure that out too, because apparently some of the ones I thought was my girlfriend, apparently I was just a hoe. That's exactly what. I'm like, all right, okay, don't matter to me. I got what I wanted out of it. You said I like classy hoes. Yeah, bro, I like classy hoes. You know what I'm saying? I don't mess with the bottom of the barrel. The low hanging fruit and stuff like that. They don't really intrigue me. I never like alcohol, but I used to smoke heavy. Not anymore though. Hey, they definitely are doing it nowadays just for weed and liquor. Hell yeah, shit. And then when I go to Memphis now, they look at things different. You know what I'm saying? After they don't see me on in a couple stuff and stuff like that, so you want to look at me like, no. And then even some of the ones that you may have used to like back in high school and shit like that. You look at them now like, no, you cook now, baby. I want you. It always be like that too, man. It's crazy. Hey, look, yeah, you cook that. Overweight, both of the kids, all kinds of shit. And I don't even care about the kids aspect of it, because but you been, you not looking nothing like what you look like in high school. Like, yeah, nah, I'm good. You said the upscale hoes do upscale drugs. Well, long they ain't doing that shit while they around me, they all right. Don't pull that shit out on me. And ask me, do I want some? Hell nah, get your ass away from me. I only had one girl that I used to mess with that actually had some coke on her one day. And she ended up marrying a rich ass old white man. Well, not hoes, but all my women, if I mess with her, I prefer for her to smoke weed, not no cancers. Yeah, so that's my thing too. I can handle weed. If you smoke weed, that's cool. Long as you don't smoke it so much to the point that I feel like you need that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know how to, operate without it. I can deal with that. But yeah, cigarettes, nah. Or black and mild, nah, I'm gonna have to get your ass about it. Yeah,
I can't tolerate either one in my presence.
I mean, if you ask me my preference, I would prefer you not do it at any one. But I can tolerate weed. I refuse to tolerate cigarettes. Hey, I feel you on that standards high as fuck. I'm slick around here. Yeah, bro. 32 ain't that old, nigga. And this is my thing too, with the upper class, the upper class hoes. How I look at it, like if I walk on set or something like that, say it's a cattle call of 100 plus people there, and let's say it's 100 girls. So I look at it, if I talk to 100 of them, I know I can pull at least 3 of the upper class ones. You know what I'm saying? I know I can get at least 3. I'm okay with that. You said no. You said no. You said no. Oh, you said a maybe. Cool. I'm gonna hit you up later and see what that maybe talking about. And then we keep going. And then I would say something else. This is crazy that we talking about this. I would say something else though. It depends on who it is. I'm a persist. I can sometimes be a persistent nigga if I fuck with you enough all day. It's like what Kanan was telling Tariq. You know what I'm saying? On what episode was that? I want to say it was in season 3, right? Or season 3 or 4, whichever one it was. When he was talking to him, he was like, "It's just like you had a girl. You asked her for some, in the beginning, she tell you no. You wait a while, you come back. She remember, you've been liking me for all this time. Maybe then I'll give you some." You remember he was talking about that? That's me. I'm like, okay. She said no. Let me go ahead and do my thing. Not really pay her too much attention. She see me bossing up constantly. Then I circle back. Nah, okay, this nigga still do got this feeling. And he ain't lying. That shit do work. Cause I don't definitely circle back before we got her ass later. All right, you said no for the time. We gonna see what you talk about a little later. Even when they got a man that they swear up and down they loyal to. I'm gonna keep tabs on you, nigga. Oh, okay. So the Facebook status saying niggas ain't shit. Oh shit. Fuck that nigga don't fucked up. It's time. Weed heightens the experience together. I ain't gonna lie. I don't definitely wasn't high before. I rarely ever get high. But sometimes cigar smell always made me sick growing up and sore throat. Never understood how anyone could smoke it. I don't know. I never smoked a cigar before, and I don't plan to. Don't get me wrong. I smoke tobacco, a black and a mild here and there. Not that often, but my rap is technically tobacco. He said, "I know what to say." Then she'll be thinking the whole time she likes you. Maybe she'll give you some booty. Yeah, exactly. That scene right there. I'm that nigga. When I heard that shit, I'm like, this nigga spitting.
So Jay, this might be too personal. Do you smoke anything?
No, I do not.
I don't either.
Yep.
and haven't in 32 years. And so it life is good to me without this shit,
Same.
even better.
Yeah, that's what I be trying to tell
The,
folks, bro. Like
the sex and everything, your motivation, your what you can
I
do.
be having that natural high.
See,
And folks be like, how
I
do
was
you
guessing,
just stay up?
you didn't, and that's part of the reason why you've been able to do everything that you've been doing.
Yeah, like I don't really get tired and stuff like that. Like that, I can stay up long periods of time. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna catch up to me eventually that I gotta go ahead and take a rest. But shit, like I think that's how I can drive across the country from one side of the country all the way to the other one, and it be nothing to me. I can do that shit in like a day and a half. I could drive from New York to California in probably a day and a half.
I'm driving to Dallas Sunday for a week, and I won't need but 2 stops for
Yeah,
gas and bathroom.
you said from you driving to where?
To Dallas, from Memphis to Dallas.
Oh, I could do that without a stop.
Well,
The only
I'll
stop
have
would
to
be gas.
gas up. I don't risk running out of gas, but I drove
Oh,
it.
if you're talking about gas, yeah, I would need that
You know,
stop. But if you're talking about resting, nah, I can do that without stopping.
I drove to Houston a couple of times after my sister died. I drove to Houston, but I used to live
Now,
in Houston, so I've
the
driven that a few
the
times.
longest drive I've ever done was I drove from what was it? Newport News, Virginia, all the way to California.
Oh shit! You had to stop and sleep overnight or something.
I did. I stopped once and slept,
Mhm.
but not very long, maybe 4 or 5 hours. And then I also did Louisiana all the way to California too. And that one, I literally slept 4 hours and then cleared that shit. I drove all the way to San Antonio, took a break in San Antonio, and drove the rest straight through. Can stay in the friend zone until he get to twerk. Hey, hey, I ain't got no shame in my game, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hell yeah. I'll make you think we friends. No, to be honest,
I'm gonna go ahead
they
and leave
know
the
we ain't.
studio, Jay. I gotta get some sleep.
All right, bro.
Okay, it was fun.
Yes, sir. This is the thing. They know what's up because I'm gonna let them know. Like I'm definitely done tried them before. But they decided no at the time, which is cool. All right, cool. Like Kanan said. I'm gonna circle back later. It still ain't time yet. It's cool. We still friends. Let you think. That's why on Black Chat Chronicles when we had that topic, I was like, bro, that shit ain't. That's not a real thing. Like all them niggas that you think is your best friend, them niggas want to fuck. Some of them just like me are bold enough to admit that shit, and then you got the niggas that's scary that just keeping it a secret. But this is the thing: if you ladies actually put it on the table and told that nigga, "Hey, I'm horny, and I ain't got nobody else," I was wondering if that nigga is smashing you that night if you willing to go through it. Man, I'm in a house where I'm the only non-cigarette smoker, but only weed smoker. Shit is wild. That is crazy. I'll never smoke in my life. I'll never drink much either. I seen what it did to my pops and how it killed him. So for me, when it comes to that, as far as smoking weed, I can count on one hand how many times I've done it. Each time I did it, I never really liked it. Did I have a pretty good sexual experience after some of them? Yeah, but I can deal without it. You feel me? It's not. I just don't understand what's so good about it if folks love smoking weed so much. That's my opinion. The same thing with edibles. Same shit. Now drinking, I'm not a huge fan of drinking either. But if I had to choose between the two, I can drink some. I just don't like being piss drunk, like drinking so much that your ass sloppy. Me personally, I've never thrown up before, and I don't ever want to get to the point that I'm so drunk that I'm throwing up. What are you saying? Welcome for Ollie. Was it you welcoming somebody? Hold on, I don't miss some comments. That's what happened. Then she'll be thinking the whole time she lied to you. Maybe okay, I read that. He said that must be how Kanan got Jarita. Pressure bust the pipe. Oh shit. I've been smoking most of my life. I started at 9, unfortunately, with Black and Miles. I don't really become a full-blown pothead until about 10 years ago. Yep, he smashing with a rubber the moment his friend offered him some cat. That's the truth, bruh. That's the truth. Being part Irish, I would think I would like to drink, but I just don't like the taste of liquor or smell. Oh, gotcha. You know, it's possible I'm gonna be close by that Dallas area come Thanksgiving time. Even though I'm not a Thanksgiving celebrator, my family is. So it's possible my dad's side of the family may be having something over there in that area, and I might be coming. Even though I just came from that damn area not too long ago. Gotta make another damn trip. If I did that though, I probably would fly out there and somebody would have to just give me a damn ride. I probably would ride with my auntie. She live in Memphis and she probably would go out there. Cause shit. Nah, I don't celebrate holidays like that. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate none of that shit, to be honest with you. That's another thing that may, kind of make it difficult for me with in dating life. Most of the girls and stuff like that celebrate those type of things, and they kind of don't like when the man don't celebrate. Cause they be wanting to wear matching pajamas and all that shit. I'm not. I'm not that nigga. Anyways, though, this great. This topic definitely spiraled out of control. Didn't expect that. Let me go ahead and go to this next one, though, the last and final one. I don't do holidays either. I haven't since age 11. Every time I said that, people be looking at me like I'm insane. Low-key sounded like Charleston White saying that shit, but nah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, bro, I'm just saying, I'll celebrate none of that shit. I'll do Valentine's Day with my girl though. I'll do that. But yeah, I don't do that Christmas shit. I don't do Easter. I don't do Thanksgiving. Cause it's crazy. All three of those holidays, if you go back and look at the origin stories of all of them, you would not want to freaking celebrate that shit either. Like that shit is crazy. The shit that they were doing, like where it came from. And the ones that, like the people like the Romans and all that still do that shit. The the things they do to celebrate is absolutely insane. Who the hell came up with the Easter Bunny? Yeah, So that's what I'm saying. This, and then think about it. Bunnies don't even fucking lay eggs. That should be a red flag to them. But you know, a lot of that stuff came from homosexuality. Motherfuckers doing shit, weird shit coming from them. I don't know if anyone on here ready for that talk yet. I do Christmas for my nephews because they're young, but other than that, I just use it for extra money I get from work. I don't like Valentine's Day. Just give me my chocolate and get the fuck on. I can rock with that, Talia. Shit, less more money in my goddamn pocket. Shit, fuck you talking about? All you want some chocolate? Shit, chocolate, and then I drop my chocolate. Shit, we good. Say less. It remind me of that post I seen. This nigga, this nigga was talking about, damn, it's Valentine's Day coming up. She gonna want something. And then this man sent the text to her and said, I see what you did. And she said, did what? He said, don't try to act stupid. It's over. And actually, she ain't did nothing. The nigga just breaking up with her because Valentine's Day was coming up. And then the crazy part is, as soon as Valentine's Day is over, maybe a week later, he hit her back up and be like, you know, hit her with the typical "hey big head" messages and stuff like that. And then she'll if she, if you got her good enough, she'll forget all about that shit and then let your ass back in. Niggas ain't shit to do that. Now I'ma say this: I'm not that guy. I don't do shit like that. Like that's crazy. But nope, chocolate only. No. The chocolate come with a bundle. That ain't how that shit work. Anyways, though, and it better be the good guy. It's the good guy. If you seen the Boondocks Christmas episode, Huey tries to explain the true origins of Christmas to his grandfather. Just tuned it out like whoa, like Charlie Brown. Yeah, that's typically what folks do when it comes to that. So. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and address this at least. Who is the greatest liar in power history? I think your girl Raquel Thomas has a very strong case, and when it comes to this, but who exactly do y'all think it is? I think Ghost can definitely give him some competition, and so can Monet. But other than those three, is there anybody else that's aligned as you know what? It is another one. Rashad Tate is a capping ass nigga too, so you could throw him in the mix. But with all these people that exist that stay lying, who is the greatest liar in power history? She said, "Say Rock and Ghost, Dre." I thought about Dre too, Takari, but I'm trying to think of what is Dre's greatest lies. I mean, I seen him manipulating people into believing shit that's not the truth, but just straight up telling lies to people. He's done some lies like I think of, but like big, huge lies that's been going on for years, and then he later on get caught up. I don't think Drake got that going on. The greatest lie in power history is Courtney Kemp. Now Tate is a good pick because that's a lying ass nigga. Yeah, I'm ready. So ghosting about the dairy in 3 days. It comes out Sunday. Is this Sunday at midnight? Because if that's the case, I will be working the election job, but with it being at midnight, I'll already be at home. So I will be able to cover it. Still, I'll be able to go ahead and watch it and then do a live after it. Then still, deal with it. Rashad Tate ultimately the one who caused Ghost to get shot in the finale of season 6. Yeah, it's a lying ass joker. You right. Damn, Takari. You right. Tariq had me capping too. That's the capping ass nigga too. But I don't think Tariq can compete with I don't think he can compete with Rock, Ghost, or Monet. Probably not Rashad either. See, the only thing that I can say that Rock, Ghost, and Monet has over Rashad though is they got generational lies. Like, these niggas been lying for years, and then finally got caught up. Like Ghost lied to Kanan for years about who his father was, and then of course continued to lie about other shit as well. Ghost lied to Tariq and Raina about who they really were for years. They finally got caught up. It was still lying, of course, about other shit. And then you can say the same for Monet, who lied about, Zeke being her son for years, and then finally getting caught up. But see, I'm gonna say this: it might be Monet, y'all. And hear me out. The reason why I'm saying this, because Monet a capping ass motherfucker that when she finally do get caught up in her lie, she'll try to deflect it on you, like you was the problem. She can never own up to that either. Like when she finally got caught with the Zeke situation, with her line. Of course, she spent it on Mecca like it was his problem. It was his fault. The reason why she did what she did, instead of taking accountability. Of course, when Diana exposed her for lying, you know what I'm saying, at the table, she had to try to flip it on her about her smashing Tariq. And then when they found out about her killing Lorenzo, she deflected it on him. So hold on. So if I, what she talking about, if you saying I got Lorenzo killed, so you telling me y'all letting him get away with killing Zeke? She gonna instantly try to flip that shit. Like she cold with coming with these lies later on. Well, with some bullshit later on to make you get the attention of her. Simon Stern be capping too. You ain't lying. That's a capping ass nigga too. Sax? Sax. I don't know about Sax because Sax was more so just wrong. I don't know if he was lying. Oh, it come out at 6 p.m. on Sunday. So yeah, that means I wouldn't be able to for the first episode, I would not be able to, cover it right after it. To do a live on it right after. Maybe after I get off, I could. After I watch it. Let's add Diana into the list of the biggest lies. Diana be lying too, but I don't think her lies are anywhere near close to the ones that we just named. So 9 p.m. Eastern, or is that 9 p.m.? I'm pretty sure it's probably Eastern, right? They all some capping ass niggas. Better question was who kept it the realest. Okay, we can touch on that too. But who kept it the realest? Honestly, I think that would have to be Tommy. I honestly don't know I mean, if we go to a couple of more so side characters, maybe we can get some more people in. But Tommy was the only one that, for the most part, told the truth, even if it was something he wasn't, he wasn't too proud of. He still kind of, for the most part, told the truth. The rest of them was some lying ass niggas. Like even Kaden nigga, that was a lying ass nigga too, because he'll tell you half the truth to make you believe something that ain't true. Like one of the craziest things, which we all know, one of the most, if not the most, legendary statements by Kanan is telling Tariq when Tariq asked, "What did they say he did?" He like, "I don't know, but whatever they said he did that shit." How the fuck do you know he did that shit? You don't even know what it is, nigga. They could be accusing that nigga of being a pedophile, but you know he did that shit. Come on, man. That shit still funny to this day, right? Whatever they said he did that shit. When I first ever saw that, bro, that shit was so fucking hilarious, and it's still funny now. Ghost and Monet lied to their kids and taught them how to lie. Shit, Monet had liar conferences. She showed the fuck did. That's the crazy part. She was giving goddamn Diana one-on-one master classes on how to do this shit. Like that. It's probably Monet, bro. But come on, Rock was a lying ass motherfucker too. Because the thing is that when the thing with Rock is when she's caught, she's the type that even when she don't got caught up, she keep trying to lie. Even though you like, bro, we know you lied. What the fuck are you talking about? And then both Kane and Tariq did the same thing with their parents. After they knew they was lying, they'll ask them a question to see what they continue to lie. They both failed this shit. Like Kaden, when she tried to give him their card, to get back on his good side in season 3, and then first he was asking about Burke because they said she committed suicide, and then Rock was like, well, even the pressure of cops sometimes is too much. They sometimes they'll just kill themselves. And then Kanan was like Scrap, and she gonna say, yeah, like Scrap. No, I get there well. Scrap ain't killed himself. Your ass did this shit. Like you could have just told that man the truth right there. Could be like, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I put down Scrap because I thought he was a snitch, but I was wrong. But that was your father who gave me the wrong information on it. She could have just told him that, but she decided to keep capping. And to be honest, her capping is the reason why he ended up hating her to enough to maybe potentially, have shot her at the end of season 4. And then Ghost little capping ass. He told part of the truth though. At least he told when he thought he killed Tommy. He came to Reed to tell him what happened. He was like, he took him out because he shot at it. He killed Angela, but he was aiming at him, which was the truth. But Tariq asked him a follow-up question and said, why was Uncle Tommy after you? And he didn't tell him that part. Like, you could have just told Tariq the truth right there. You could have just said, bruh, his dad was a snitch. And he was about to get ready to rat me the fuck out. But Tommy couldn't see that. And he was about to risk my freedom by keeping his dad alive. So, yeah, I got Tommy to take him out because of that. I think Tariq is, smart enough to understand that. And he would have respected Ghost a whole lot more if he would have just done that. Ghost and Monet lied to their kids and taught them how to learn. Oh, okay, I just read that. My bad. If Tommy ever has kids with Maria, which I doubt it, he gonna lie to his kids as well. He might. Hold on, Braden. Braden ain't no. Braden have capped before, probably. Yeah, he has capped before, but he's not somebody that I would say is a label as a liar. Y'all gonna have to give me some more lies on Braden. Because I remember him lying about Lauren, of course. What else did he lie about? And we ain't talking about doing what you got to do to get stuff done, like lying to the police and stuff. We ain't talking about shit like that. We talking about like just ugly ass, unnecessary lies that you could have just told the truth with, but you decided you want to be able to say a lie. Kanan and Kane both love generational hate towards Ghost and Tariq. True, Kanan hate towards Ghost was justified. Kane's hate towards Tariq wasn't. What if Rock survives Kanan shooting her, but she loses her voice? That'll be wild. Tariq in season 4, you put Kanan in jail. Ghost. Neither me nor Tommy or Tasha had anything to do with Kanan going to jail. Yeah, that was a lying ass nigga, bro. What else he lied about? Hey, he going another one, bro. This right here kind of crazy, y'all. Ghost is a lying ass nigga. Y'all remember in season 2, right? And this is when Tasha already knew that, of course, that Ghost was messing around with Angela, and she revealed to him that she knew, and then she was like, "If you got me, Ghost, but it's one thing I need you to do for me: stop talking to Angela." And this nigga gonna tell her, "I'll handle it." The next scene, the nigga was handling it for sure. And he was banging the hell out of Angela right after that shit. It was crazy as hell. Like that nigga was lying his ass out about everything. Oh, the most honest. Got you. Well, nah, I would say Tommy's more honest than Braden is. 'Cause Braden has lied about certain shit. Just like he kind of lied lied to Tariq about the Tate with Tate. Because remember, it was Braden who was behind him losing his internship, but he did that so that he can get Tariq to, even though he had a good reasoning for doing it, he still, kind of lied about it. Tommy really, I can't really think of a time Tommy lied, just flat out lied. Now, has he kept his mouth shut about things? Yes. Which I think all of us as friends has done that before. Like if your homeboy doing some bullshit with his wife or something, you might keep your mouth shut to her, but behind closed doors tell him he bullshit and he needs to stop doing that. Kane's hate towards Tariq was only justified in season 1 or book 2 because Tariq did show up in the Tahada's life as a stranger, and Kane felt threatened by that, but afterwards made no sense. Yeah, they definitely drug it out for sure. So, who is the most honest woman? I think it's fair to say that Tommy was the most honest man, and that's not us counting like the side characters. I would say focus more so the characters that's been there a while and they're kind of bigger. I mean, maybe you can make an argument for Julio or something like that because Julio was on the show for quite a while. Seemed like a pretty honest guy. Liliana, that's a good choice. I mean, we kind of didn't have. I want to. I mean, I think it's a good choice, but at the same time, we didn't have Liliana. Liliana is slightly limited. I mean, I get we did get a full season of her in Forest, but still, it's just one season basically, and then what? Maybe two, three, two very, very limited scenes in the original Power. For Sandra, I mean, I guess you can say her too, but her character still kind of more so limited too because we don't really know a whole lot about her. She's a supporting character. So let me put some more distinctions to this. Let add some more context. Only big characters that are like lead level characters. Like they basically what I'm saying is they show what these characters are doing outside of being with another lead character. Like you know things about their family. They have their own life that they're showing outside of you seeing them with a main character. Because Brashandra, we only see her when they in the classroom, really, or she's with one of the leads. So we don't really know enough about her to really make that claim, even though she's been there for 4 seasons. Now, Lauren, I mean, Lauren lied to Tariq, kind of. I mean, look, she had that damn Rolly and she lied to him about what it was. So, I mean, that's a huge knock against her. So, look, we still searching for it. Pause. I mean, it's crazy, but I kind of think Paz is in the same route as Brasandra because outside of her being around for Angela, we really didn't see her. We sort of did in season 6, I guess. I mean, possibly. Still knowing ass. You know what? I would say her and Paz is on the same level because they're both supporting characters. But yeah, for the most part, for what I can see, yeah, Estelle never was lying about nothing. Said it might be jukebox. Let me see. We talking about the. You know what? Yeah, that might be who it is. I didn't think about it, but yeah, especially if we talking about the younger jukebox because that would qualify her as a big enough character. And I honestly can't think of a lie she was really she told like that. She, for the most part, kept it real. Dre's mama definitely not big enough, nigga. You know that. Yep. I think that might be what it is, Golson. Jukebox from Raising Canaan. Hey, you ain't lying. I forgot about this shit. But he did eventually tell the truth, though. Hey, come on, bro. You can't tell no random skeezer or what it goes calling. No information like that. Like that's some shit that can put you away for life. You can't just tell her no shit like that. So that's understandable why he did that. But you are right. So with that, let's say we do count that lie, Dakari. I guess we'll have to go with Julio, huh? But at the same time, I can make the same claim with Julio that I said with the other characters like Paz and them. Even though obviously Julio was bigger than them, I don't think we know anything about Julio outside of his relations with Ghost and Tiny. Jukebox and OG Power was bold and honest towards Tariq when she was about to kill him, snitched and exposed Slim as Kanan. I mean, Roller's character was pretty limited too. We don't know. Come on, we don't know nothing about Junior Young. We really can't say shit about him. All we know is that he's Angela's son for the most part. That's it. What else we know about? What's his girl? We don't know shit about if he had a girlfriend or not. Shit, the nigga could have been gay as far as we know. We never would know because they didn't reveal nothing. All we know is that he was Pa's son, Angela nephew, and I think his dad's name was Manny. That's all we know about that nigga. Seemed like it. Lying is what kept them niggas in power. I don't know though. Look at Tommy. He ain't really lying like that. I still see comments to this day that Junior is Ghost and Angela loves. I guess you mean lost child. I just see it on another video yesterday. Yeah, folks need to hang that shit up. You're right. Diamond seemed. I don't think Diamond was lying to nobody that I can know of. I think he was pretty straight up. What about Detective Carter? Being a dirty cop, he had to tell a mountain of lies. You ain't lying. That's a lying ass nigga too. I can't wait to be honest with you, I'm actually pretty. When Legacy get ready to come out, I'm definitely looking forward to Legacy, just because I want to see this nigga Don Carter back in action. That guy was so damn amazing. Which is crazy. His name Angela Young Jr. And niggas still saying he goes side. What about okay? Plus, he lied to his mama when he said he wasn't gonna do anything dangerous like TT Angie. That's true. And when did exactly that and got his ass smoked. Diamond lied to Tommy about D-Mac when he killed Mad Dog. Yeah, and he also lied to him about the cop at first, right? I mean, he later on told the truth, but he did lie about the cop situation. Also lied about Jannard being straight, knowing that nigga was on that powder. Yeah, but my nigga, you right, Ali. My nigga Carter was out there doing a lot of God's work, boy. What made that shit so funny to me, bro, was you can tell he was dead motherfucking serious. The nigga wasn't playing around. He really thought he was doing God's work, bro. The nigga was in his head. That is crazy too. Imagine Carter and Howard working together. They was partners. Them folks been ignorant as hell. Y'all think let's say Howard never was Kanan's dad, right? Let's throw that out. And here's the scenario. Ghost, I say Ghost. Carter and Howard meet. And Howard figures out, just like Kamal ended up finding out, that, you know, that Carter was dirty. And he introduced to Howard about doing God's work. You think he would have been a deacon or, or an elder or something like that, part of the part of the congregation, or he would have been like, no, Carter, you can't do that, and got smoked too. Carter and Legacy would just be like Kanan and OG Power while in jail attacking Tariq organization. You know what? I think that's who it is, Ali. I think Ali may have nailed who was the most honest. 2-Bit. No. I had to just remember because 2-Bit lied to this nigga spanking mama. He did do that. So he did. That's one lie that I do remember him telling. I don't know. I may be the only one that feels this way, but Michael Ealy character to me didn't fit well in Ghost. He looked out of place for some reason. Yeah, I think that's definitely you because I love that nigga on that. He was like, man. Now, Takari might agree with you because he did say that even though his acting was good, his character just didn't match the story. So if that's what the claim that you're making, perhaps. So basically, you're not necessarily. Let me ask a question. So basically, you're not necessarily saying that his acting or nothing like that was the problem, but more so the character just didn't match the story. Hell, imagine Carter Task Force running into Jukebox and Ray. Bro, them folk would have been the ultimate ugly tag team. Bro. Them folks been so damn late. Because they would have been down with that shit. They would have been doing guys' work for sure. He's a more seasoned actor for sure over them on Ghost, which we would have seen him and Kane have a scene. Howard is just as dirty and ruthless like Carter the way he smoked Burt. Yeah, but he had a good reason kind of to smoke Burt because Burt was way too close. Like, she was connecting the dots. This, and I get it. Kamal was connecting the dots too, so that's kind of why he did. But he did that to save his own ass. Howard did that to save his son. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. They both ugly as hell for sure. I love his lines though, Braden. So you have that Delta threat that that's with. God, shut up before I slap the shit out of you. Yeah, yeah. Another, I still think, bro, is that a coyote? Looking out my window, there's a big ass coyote running over here in the middle of the fucking. Coyotes are this bold now, bro. They coming out like that. That was a lie to make his mom feel her son was not a snitch. Which part are we talking about with that? Detective Carter had a trash storyline, but his acting was A1, and he was hella funny too. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can rock with that. You know what? Kamal was very honest. In fact, too honest. That's the reason why he got his dad killed. That might be who it is. Motherfucking Kamal. Well, I ain't gonna say when he killed. I'm not gonna say when he killed Kamal that was dumb, in my opinion, because he kind of had to. Kamal was convinced. You could tell that Kamal wasn't with the play, and if he didn't take him down, that nigga was gonna report all of them, and they would have. I think he was. What I think didn't make sense though was him not just telling the truth to Nico and Felicia, and just saying, "Look, Kamal figured out what was going on. I had to smoke that nigga." Excuse me. If he would have did that, I think they would have made more sense because now Nico and Felicia are aware of what happened, and they could have helped him cover it up because they all in on the same scheme. And you could tell the type of guy Nico was for sure. He never would have ratted, you know, he never would have ratted Carter out. So he just should have told him the truth. Just like he should have told him the truth about what happened with Felicia instead of trying to hide it. I don't know why he did that. Coyote fight. Bro, these coyotes they starting to get real bold, bro. They coming over to the neighborhoods now. At first they just stayed their little punk ass in the mountains. I mean, I live close by the mountains, so it makes sense that they kind of here, but they didn't never come out like in this area. Like in Burbank, more so, they would kind of be coming. They were kind of coming out in the opening, but damn. Coyote didn't like that shit talking about the car that hacked the pay the call trash. Yeah, I get the reason why he lied about it, Ali, but hey, still nonetheless, he lied. Just saying. I feel you on that. Hezekiah saying that Kamal was a side character. But I'm gonna say this. All the reason why I slightly want to say he does qualify, is because he's been there since the original Power. And we do know other information about him outside of the character. You know what I'm saying? Outside of him supporting another main character. Like, of course, the character he supports the most is Rashad. But we have seen scenes of Kamal without Rashad. You feel me? Like, we seen scenes of him working with somebody else or doing things other than that without Rashad being involved. Like, for instance, him working the case in book 2 with Tariq and stuff. Rashad had nothing to do with that. That's his own, that was his own character. And then, of course, we know about his family. We know he has a wife and a son. We seen him at his house and shit like that. Like, Paz, outside of something related to Angela, really, we really didn't know much about her. Until the last season, they kind of revealed some of it. So I guess you can kind of say she qualifies to a degree. That's why I say she's a little tricky with that because of that last season. But still, though, everything she was doing was in connection to something with Angela. So it still was like, her character was based on that. Kamal, what he was doing, had nothing to do with Rashad. What did Kamal lie about? Let me hear that. Support. Yeah, they all should have been the same team and talking. Yeah, for sure. Was Carrie honest? Hell no. Carrie was fucking a damn student behind their back. She lied about that. What else she lied about? She lied to Lauren about, the reason why she was trying to get her to wear the wire and shit. With the real agenda where she was trying to get Tariq locked up. Let's see. She tried to lie like she wasn't smashing Zeke to Monet. Shit, Carrie was lying. Hell no. If the roles were reversed and Detective Carter was in Raising Kanan and Detective Howard was in book 2, would Raising Kanan have been a better or worse show in your opinion? That's very interesting, bro. Oh shit. Mm. I think it would have been better. I'm gonna tell you why. Possibly. Because Michael Ealy is so good at those flirtatious, ain't shit ass nigga roles that he may would have got, may would have been able to get something out of Patina that Omar Epps wasn't able to get. Cause maybe Omar Epps in his younger days, perhaps, but like, the older version of him, I don't know if it's his thing. Perhaps. Because that nigga is real good at Mr. Steal Your Girl type shit. I don't know that. I think that it's kind of crazy. And then as far as Howard being Carter, I think he would have did a really good job being Carter too, though. So, I mean, both of them pretty good damn actors. That's that. I think Michael Ealy might be a little better than him, but both of them great actors. Carrie manipulated Lauren into wearing the wire to get Tariq and lied and said it was Braden they were looking into. Facts. That's what I was talking about. If that's the case, she wouldn't be honest either. She wore a wire. I said Lauren wouldn't honest. I disqualified her. I said she lied. She wore the wire, so she was lying to Tariq. Carrie almost blackmailed into charging Lauren for that weed found in her dorm room, which was with Sandra. Famous mom was too honest too. Yeah, she was. Carrie was also sleeping with a student and co-workers workers while in college in her previous career. Now I think we may have found another that has a great case, Tamika. I don't recall Tamika lying about anything that I can lie. She pretty much was straight down the middle by the book. And refused to, to basically lie about anything that would require her to commit perjury or whatever. So yeah, I think she's a good one. Don't know much about her too much though, but she was around a lot. And she wasn't a character that just was bind to one character that was supporting just one character. I can say that too. She had her own thing, kind of. Raina. Yeah, but me personally, not telling, I'm not count not telling people the same uh as lying. Tamika knew Tariq killed Ghost and kept it a secret, so she's a liar too. Nah, that's not her lying. First off, that's her job because she was his sworn counsel, so she couldn't tell no one that. So she wasn't a liar for that. And like I just said, I'm not talking about people who just didn't tell. Like Tommy did this, knew something, but just didn't tell no one. I'm talking about motherfuckers who just straight up just lied to a motherfucker. Don't get damn well. That ain't the Jew. Got you. Pies wore wild. But I'm gonna say this. In the words of my boy Tony Teresi, she wasn't a rat because she wasn't doing it to somebody that she should have been loyal to. Like she thought Ghost killed her sister. So she was doing that to try to take his ass down. Lauren, wound the wire around Tariq. Even though she was told Tariq wasn't the target, she still should have kind of told him what was up. Tamika was the one that told them not to tell Angela about Maria Suarez being the witness against Ghost. And again, that's not her lying about anything. They just her not telling Angela because she knew Angela was potentially compromised, which she was. So she wasn't lying about anything, and she still was doing stuff by the book. What if Tamika helped Ghost in looking after Tasha and Tariq? That'd be crazy. No, my question is if Detective Carter played the same role of being a dirty cop, forcing everybody to work for him, would that have destroyed the quality of the Raising Canaan? Okay. Got you. I didn't think about that. I mean, my opinion, I didn't think it destroyed book 2 with his character. I just think the stuff didn't make sense necessarily of how they did some of it. And then, like I say, I believe they only did it like that because of the cancellation of the show. So if they could have written it in Raising Kanan and gave it the right structure and ending that it deserved, I think it could have worked. I don't think it would have messed it up. Rock definitely would have tried to make a play to try to get rid of his ass. Kane lied to GTG and Lil Guap about Tariq saying GTG was bad for business. True. Why we bringing up Kane though? Nobody said Kane did it. Everybody know Kane a lying ass nigga. Lorenzo wasn't a big liar, but he was close. What did Lorenzo lie about? Stars and the writers destroyed book 2. Stars for sure. The writers as well, yeah, with some of the shit they were doing, changing it up. Unique was honest until he messed with Rob behind pencil. Yeah, Zeke was definitely honest because Zeke was too dumb not to be honest. So yeah, who knows? Maybe it's Zeke. Can we make an argument about Zeke being honest? Yeah, we can. I think we can. Absolutely. Zeke qualified. Had his own storyline. Was in the show long enough. He didn't lie. You did. You did. You lied. Here's life. His career. Yeah, my boy Zeke might be the answer. Anyways, though, I'm definitely back ready to get up out of it. It's crazy. This shit's almost at 4 hours. But hey, I know I ain't did one in a long time. So I said, you know what, let's just go ahead and let it roll over. But I definitely about to get ready to get up out here. This man gonna try to make a claim about homework. That man, come on, bro. We ain't finna do that. Professor Miracle just talked to a bunch of students. She don't know nothing. All right, we can have a last follow-up questions and stuff like that. He definitely was the funniest character for sure. That man was funny as hell. Zeke, Yaz, Estelle are all honest. Yaz too young. I am about to get some rest, Ollie. Appreciate that. You get some for yourself as well. Nah, I don't think I'm doing no morning show because I got too much stuff to do. I probably won't start the morning show back until after this election stuff is done. After this election stuff is done, though, everything I was doing plus more is gonna retire. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the election stuff will be long gone before Force come back. Well, not long gone. The last day of the election is the 4th, and Force comes on the 7th. So yeah, we good. Well, you know I can't handle control Michael or Branford. If they kind of show up, they gonna show up. You know that nigga got unlimited um, Gmail accounts. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna definitely go live for Force. Yep, we doing that. I think Orders will definitely be better than Book 2. If it don't, it'll be very disappointing. Anyways, though, I'm about to go ahead and check out. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Maybe tomorrow. Not exactly sure. I think I am gonna do one tomorrow too. Definitely will let y'all know in the community. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do one tomorrow as well. Try to my best to find time for it. But it won't be no 4 hours long. I can tell you that. But anyways, though, appreciate everybody that stopped through like usual. Everybody, support, come through. I'm gonna catch y'all on this next one. But until then, I'm gonna holler at y'all.